The previous owner removed tweeter, and it makes it sound sweeter.
Why do you sell
That's a
them
nice rhyme.
Thank you. Because it's extra, and I'm broke. Baroque.
I feel you.
Yeah,
And
that's
so-
where I'm at right now, too.
I'll give you $20.
Nah, nado.
How much is it worth?
You know, I should start selling my gear.
Let me look.
Right?
I need to start selling some gear.
I
got too much
definitely
shit
need
around
We
to.
should have a gear garage sale.
We should.
At
I'll trade
Hey,
Sparks.
listen, I'll participate in that. I've got I could probably unload about 8 or 9 bases for sure.
Now let's do it somewhere nasty, like
Why-
the chat room.
Well, I was gonna say,
Just-
why didn't a place like these rehearsal studios and stuff have a band?
Well, you know,
garage
so
sale.
the
Rummage
one
sale.
thing, Three Links in Dallas is doing like a rock swap thing, and they're at their garage sale. They're having like a monthly garage sale, and I tried. I brought a couple of bases to it one time, and it didn't really go over very well. And I tried to promote it, like say, hey, I'm going to have a couple of bases. You know.
Should have told them there was some cocaine hidden
Hey,
in it
so
somewhere.
I was gonna sell for $250.
Open this bitch
I'll
up.
trade
There's a
it for
surprise.
Right?
I was gonna sell for $250. I'll trade it for some pedals or cash.
You know what? We'll let you do a live spot to try to get rid of
Oh.
all your shit, dude.
Yeah, you want to do a
Yeah.
live
You don't even have to
spot?
pay for it.
Yeah,
Let's get this
Ariana
going.
Grande
All right.
rubbed on this bass.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
You gotta have good
make
selling
shit up.
points. We'll talk about
Say
that.
Adriana Grande.
Adriana.
I could be a cult leader. I could get people to follow me.
This episode of the
Last Kicker.
is brought to you by
Geist Note.
and
Victor Wrench.
and Plastic Object.
This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm not going to take the bait here. I am not a racist, all right? I watch a lot of black porn. I mean, a lot.
Swaying back and forth. A beautiful thing taking me away. All of my most sensitive areas were inflamed. My extremities pulsated with tingling sensations.
I've got something to pledge. I think you're better off dead. I bet it's something you hate again. Just look what's back on your plate. I'm just here for the fight. Win or lose, I'm here to fight. God knows you're right. Now take the wheel and drive. We're all here just to drive. Oh yeah.
223.
300.
323. Where am I? I got
don't know.
thrown off. Something didn't go right.
That's why
just
I'm here,
then.
man.
So
Keep you on track.
323.
That's why I get the big bucks.
You
It was
do?
that throbbing rock song that threw you off.
I think it is.
Yeah, it
I was
was.
all counting stuff and I was all going through. Yeah.
This
I
will
think
be
it was.
one of the songs that we'll get emails. Hey, who was that? Because some of our listeners aren't from the local area.
Yeah.
So we'll get emails about this one.
And we already did on Sweep the Leg.
I'm good at
People have asked us about Sweep the Leg.
I'm good at predicting
Yeah.
that stuff too. I can always tell when we're gonna get. Hey, who the hell was that?
Yeah, we had people asking a lot of questions once we put Sweep the Leg out. You know, it was like, hey, where's the rest? You know,
Yeah.
and
That's-
I don't have a great answer for that.
I've been waiting for like 2.5 years for the rest.
Yeah.
Where's this stuff at?
Well,
This-
Dustin, why don't you go ahead and tell everyone who it is?
Well, Matt, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you, Dustin.
And joining us right now
With
is
your Victor
1/5
Wrench
of
One-
Dagger Club.
Yes,
We might get a second.
Are we
might
going to get a second?
2/5.
I think we will.
Sir, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Doug McGrath, and I play bass for Dagger Club.
That you do.
Co-founder of the band,
Co-founder.
along with Peter Thomas, our vocalist,
Which
whom you know.
we give Peter a pass because he's got the longest drive.
Yeah, and he was on call tonight.
He's done it twice too.
He could not make it
Yeah.
because he's on call. He's a psychiatrist.
He's been over 3 times, hasn't he?
I think just twice.
I thought he came over to as Dr. Peter Thomas and once as
House call?
Peter Thomas
Of Slow Road.
of Slow Roosevelt.
Right before the
Reunion.
Slow Roosevelt show.
Yeah,
I
I
see
think
there's a
it was
Slow Roosevelt set list above your head.
There is. That's from the reunion at Lola's.
Right.
Okay.
The first big one. that
Nice.
I think that
everything
was
well.
it, though. I don't think he came in. We tried to get him to. I actually hit him up for some advice. They're about to lock me up, and I needed to get in touch with him about some stuff.
I hit him
Yeah.
up for some advice last week at the rock assembly.
Right.
I did too.
I was like, I need quick advice on this. It's no
Nice.
big deal, but is this weird? And he was like, it's kind of weird.
I asked him
But
for
it's
some
cool.
advice at
Yeah,
the. Fort
he's
Worth
kind of
Weekly
tight-lipped,
Showcase.
but he will give you advice.
I asked him
Yeah.
if they still use ecstasy in psychological and psychiatry.
Because you wanted to go
Yeah,
in
so
just for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're bringing that back though for PTSD. Like a lot of doctors are experimenting with hallucinogenics.
Well, isn't that
Is
what
it like
just
microdosing
passed?
with the mushrooms or whatever?
Mhm.
We keep talking about
related?
mushrooms a lot.
I love it when my doctors think there's demons in my blood.
Oh,
That's an AIDS doctor,
Do you get
man.
bled? You have leeches when you go to the doctor?
Yeah, we're talking about the shrink. You're talking about actual AIDS doctors.
Oh.
I guess we should introduce that guy too. Because
Oh, yeah, we have another
About
guest.
30 minutes ago, I got a phone call. Hey guys, what are you doing? I'm running a pawn shop and I need. I've got a garage sale.
I gotta get some of this.
So that really is what
equipment
this
off
is
my
for?
hands.
This is plugging
Yeah,
the gear?
This is, you know how on local radio there on Sundays they do swap shop. That's
Right.
what this is.
Yeah.
He's gonna put stuff up for offer and
Call
great.
now.
It's like country radio.
yeah, total.
you want to
country
put your
radio.
first item up now?
Okay.
Zachary T's Xanatech.
Yes. Thank you
Wow.
for actually introducing me.
You're
Good
welcome.
evening, Zach.
So I have an
You're really doing
SWR
this.
115 base cab. I'm selling it
one.
for
Wow, we were joking
115, the previous owner took out the tweeter, which I think makes it sound sweeter. I'm selling it for $250. Or
Pro.
best offer. Let's make a deal.
Hey, and I will say I do endorse
That's it.
SWR cabinets.
They're
We'll
a
come back.
They're
working
good
man's
cabinets.
cab.
I like them.
They're a working man's cab that get the job done.
Does this one have a mesh screen or a metal screen?
Metal screen.
Good. Those are the ones you need because you
Yep.
can tear those up.
Yeah, you
Damn
can
right.
Not have to worry
hit it with
about
a
the speaker.
sledgehammer and it'll hit you
I got
back.
2 6x10s myself.
We'll come back
Yeah.
to you, Zach, for another sales special
Yeah,
later
you
on in the
gotta- you
show.
gotta space
We're
them
gonna
out
spread
now.
this
Thank
out.
you.
Because we gotta see if listeners are gonna start, a bidding war in the chat
all of
rooms.
these, all of these
Nice.
items are also the cash. Also, I will trade for gear.
Are
Depends
you?
on the gear.
Have you
Huh.
signed this equipment?
Or drugs.
No,
It's not been Zachary.
no, I wouldn't deface it.
What?
I don't know. It depends on how you look. What if you have some iHappy fans that
I'll
are just
sign it.
wanting your signature on something?
I'll sign it if they request.
I think you should throw that in there.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
for an extra $5, you'll throw
No,
your
no, no, no,
signature
no,
on
for
it.
free. Hey,
Okay,
I'll
there you
take
go.
$5 off if you buy it. I'll sign it too.
Wait.
And
If you,
I'll take $5 off if you buy it and ask for my signature.
That's
Okay, there
usually
you
not
go.
how that works.
but
Well, you
I like
know,
it though.
yeah.
I'm a dealer.
I like it.
I like making deals. Hey, let's make a deal.
That's always a weird category. Doug, do you own any bases that are autographed or signed by someone else besides yourself? Of course.
No, I had a Dee Dee Ramone's signature bass, but I sold it a couple months ago, and that had a stamped Dee Dee Ramone autograph on the back of the headstock.
Huh.
But it's like one of many bases where I bought it, and I wanted it to be, my favorite little thing, and it just wasn't, and it wasn't getting
Yeah.
played. I have so many of them. I think I have. This is dumb, but I think I have 19 bases.
Josh
Ooh,
has some.
boy.
I'm halfway there, sir.
Yeah.
I'm
Josh
at 8.
has-
Yeah, I'm at 8.
I think he has 3 symbols when we opened up for Pump Jack. Way back in the
He
day.
had them sign it?
No, Diamond
Jeez.
Vinny.
Oh, Diamond Vinny.
Oh.
signed it.
Yeah, and then I think there was he got some sticks and stuff, but it was already busted. I don't think he could sell it now. Well, I mean, he probably could sell it now, but I doubt he ever will. That was when Daddy Rocks was right off of 30, and we were one of the first metal bands to play there.
It's always weird that
And-
when someone has an autographed like guitar and they're playing with it on stage or
Yeah, I
they're
don't.
playing around
That's
with
weird.
it.
I would be worried that it's gonna get wiped off or something. Like
Yep.
my sweat, because I sweat a lot.
My buddy Dan that married
A lot.
that married Seth's sister, he had an autographed Gibson Explorer, black on black on black on black. That was Al Jurgensen's.
Oh, wow.
He bought it.
Dang,
He bought
man.
it straight from Al.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Al needed some
And
money.
and
He was
like
short on
That
cash
doesn't
while he's in
shock me.
town.
it was during this
Yeah, okay,
heroin
okay,
time period.
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
But I'd go over the house. He'd just be sitting there going,
Wow.
dicking around
See, I
out
don't
on the
think I would
couch, and I'm
play-
like,
Johnson
that guitar's been
got
around
his
the
stuff.
world. The Thieves was written on that guitar.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
If I remember right, Johnson would pluck around on stuff that he got signed, and I was like, man, that's if I got something signed, I wouldn't touch it.
I think if I could lacquer over it or something,
Yeah,
I would.
maybe.
I could see maybe.
Then
playing it,
then
but-
Johnson looked at me and goes, "It's my signature."
Oh, it was his own.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start doing that to my basses.
Just sign your own
Sign my
shit.
own.
Yeah.
Before I
Yeah.
sell them.
I actually have at the time that I bought my Steve Harris signature Fender Precision bass. I've got a buddy who happened to be out at the Fender plant, and he has a very high paying, high placed job with a big gear company, and he was joking that he was going to get me a Doug McGrath signature bass made by Fender, and he hasn't made good on it
awesome.
yet.
Hey,
but,
man.
Oh my God, yeah.
That would be badass. Did you send
Hold
him?
him to
Did you send him specs and designs?
Not yet. Not
Okay.
yet. But
Do you
I
send him
think I
friendly
suggested-
reminders every so often? Hey,
we
where's
talk,
that
yeah,
bass?
We talk pretty often. Yeah, he always hits me up for opinions about things, and
Oh, are you?
this is a guy who's he's an executive at a big company. Yeah.
Well, okay, if you don't mind me asking.
I won't say who it is.
No, that's fine. But what kind of questions does he ask you?
He will ask me. He's like, hey, have you tried XYZ amp manufacturer stuff, or have you seen this head or this bass, or have you been to the new Mesquite Guitar Center store or whatever,
Right.
and I'll be like, oh well, no, not really.
Guitar Center, the Walmart.
That's the way he
for
slides it to
musicians.
you. Was just go. You need to go there and.
Yeah, he'll just come up with things that he wants to get answers to.
Zach, you could be kickstarting your
I'm like a
Guitar
secret
Center
shopper.
career.
There you
tonight,
go.
Oh
actually.
boy.
We could be kickstarting his career.
Could.
right.
Technically, I guess my Jericho is a custom Dustin Schneider edition
Yeah?
Jericho bass.
You need
Yeah,
to send it
nice.
back to him so they can.
I had it built the way I wanted it.
Yeah.
we
so
had
do the rest of the guys in your band too.
We all have
Signature
custom-
guitars.
I was approached last Sunday after our gig at Shipping and Receiving
Brag badge.
for the Music Awards Festival. There was a woman who was just blasted drunk,
Yes, she
and
was. And felt
on
me up.
something else.
She had to have been.
She was on multiple. She was going two directions at the same time.
That chick was rubbing all over me,
Was
and it
this
was
the one-
freaking me
was
out.
this
Right?
the,
Freaking me out.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
after the set, she was coming up to me yelling about my bass
Yeah.
and about
She yelled
you
at
got
all
a
of us.
flying V bass. Oh my god, and what is that? And what is that? And I was
That
just,
was her.
I
The
was trying. At
funniest
that
thing-
point, that's when I decided to pack up my stuff and
Go.
go.
I'm gone.
The funniest thing she said that night was, "These guys are a Fort Worth band and they're not a cover band." I was like,
Yeah. She,
That's her
Yeah.
frame of reference.
Yeah.
midway through the set, as I'm sitting there taking pictures, she's rubbing all over me. She turns and she goes, "This is
Brag badge.
amazing because I'm used to cover bands in Fort Worth, and these guys are all playing originals. Don't you respect that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know these guys. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
I
your
know
breath
what's coming
smells
out
like
of
cigarettes
Kind of
and
what it's
Jaeger.
for.
here." Yeah. Now, can I
That's
get
why
back
they're
to
here.
Can I get back to taking pictures or whatever? Like, leave me alone.
Oh my god, yeah.
We were at that show. That was a really good show. We had
that
a blast.
that was probably one of the best shows we've played. I don't know why.
just
It
the
was,
vibe
I think
was
it
really
was
cool.
the room. I think it's just because they shoved everybody into that garage.
And shut the door.
Yeah.
It was loud.
You had weather outside,
it was
dancing
super
around. and-
loud, and just
It was
on
cool.
just on the concrete.
Yeah.
It was just throw down and just go.
Yeah, we really enjoyed that show.
And it's
That
always
was fun.
cool when you're the same level as the crowd.
Yeah.
And Peter took advantage of that, running into the crowd and then
Yeah.
climbing up on the tables and stuff. And
Yeah.
It
now
was cool.
he tried to continue that so this past Sunday at the last Curtain Club show.
I want to talk about this.
Yeah. So basically, the long story short, Pete went out into the crowd and ended up hurting his back somehow. He doesn't.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what
Uh-oh.
he did, but he said that he injured himself, and he spent the rest of this. This was like after about 2 songs, and he spent the rest of the set like just hobbling through it.
Well, the night before he was at Lola's.
Yeah,
And did he see Casey doing back bends and thought, I can
maybe
do that too?
Maybe. Yeah, yeah. I was interested in the pictures of Casey doing his antics. Like almost like
He did 2.
did he?
And he
Okay.
got back, and I was like, "Oh my god, you're older than 20 years ago. Please don't
Like, I
snap
don't really
in half."
remember. I remember when like that wasn't really a thing, but then it sort of became a thing with him. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
kind of cool, but it's kind of like rehearsed, or it's not.
I remember
don't know.
seeing him up in Denton at Rick's.
Yeah,
I'm like, this guy's freaking playing limbo.
yeah, it was.
That's
It's
pretty
freaking
cool.
crazy.
Yeah.
So, y'all show on Sunday night. We're gonna jump all over the weekend here. So let's hit that up. Y'all played the very last night of Curtain Club.
Yeah,
Um,
and that came about because they wanted Slow Roosevelt, and Slow Roosevelt could not get on the same page and do it, and so we just happened to have somebody in the right place at the right time who kind of intercepted that whole conversation and was like, oh, well, why don't you just have Pete's other band, Dagger Club, do it? And it was like, oh, yeah. And actually, we had talked with Doug Simmons, owner of Curtain Club, a couple of years ago, before this lineup was together, about doing a Curtain Club show, and it just never happened. And so I think we were kind of on Doug's brain, and so that kind of made it happen. But
and were y'all limited to the 20-minute sets, or were they a little lax?
I think we
as
were
it got later?
told about 35 minutes.
Okay.
So the Sunday night show didn't have nearly as many bands, and we were given 30, 35 minutes. I think it got trimmed by about 5 minutes because of some stuff that happened. They ended up getting Drowning Pool to do 2 sets, and so they kind of cut everybody. Hey, it's our drummer Daniel.
It's the second fifth.
Daniel McKay.
We are now 2/5 of Dagger Club.
2/5.
Here we are. We're
What's up, Daniel? How you doing?
spanning counties
Come on in.
now.
Slap you some headphones on there, your microphone. I'll crank it up.
Should be hot.
You can jump in. We're talking about Sunday night
Yeah, we're talking about Curtain Club.
at the Curtain Club.
Yep.
Now, for those that didn't go, I went on Saturday night briefly.
Yep.
About 7:30 to see New Magnetic North, and they, every night it was like 12, 14 bands, some crap like that. So on Saturday night, the sets were 20 minutes long. So the bands were playing like 3 or 4 songs each. And
Yeah.
a lot of people weren't very happy about that.
Yeah, sure.
And it was chaos. Well, first off, I posted about this on social media. The 2 things I hate about Curtain Club was the loading in and out gear and the parking situation on the street there.
Yeah, it's a beating.
And then gear storage is chaos. And then you throw in 12 bands.
Yeah,
and the
see,
gear
back in the
storage got
day, they just
ridiculous.
used to do three bands, and,
Yeah.
and it was built for that, and that's what the space was designed for, and it works, works perfectly that way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, this was, there was gear all over the green room,
Yeah.
all over the gear storage area. It came out
yeah.
down by that front area by the stairwell.
Yeah.
There was stuff even in front of the mixer console and everything, the
Yeah.
big booth.
yeah.
And
I've seen it
was
like that
ridiculous.
several times, though. It's
Yeah,
always like that.
For this one, I think
So-
for the Saturday, they just had so many bands that wanted on, and so many that they wanted to put on, that they just made it, 12 or however many bands they ended up with. And then Sunday was a little bit more controlled, but they actually did. They initially wanted to book, like, honest to God, like 6 legit headliners, like Mothership and all these other bands that they wanted on there, and it just didn't. They couldn't figure out how to make it work out.
Yeah.
I had an idea when I left there and I was driving back to Fort Worth. I was like, man, the thing to do would have been, we're going 24 hours. This is it.
Well, yeah, right.
Or we're going 48
They
hours.
could have done that. They could have made it a festival.
And we're going to have badass bands play 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And the timing thing was going through my head, and Royal Sons had played on Friday night.
Yeah.
So when I got to Lola's, I asked Chad, I was like, how long was y'all set? And he told me, we got 4 songs out or something like that. It was kind of ridiculous. We were
Yeah.
kind of let down because we thought we were going to play a real set there, but
Yeah.
it was our last time up there. But
Yeah.
like everybody said, they didn't have enough time to enjoy it
No.
because they weren't. By the time you're eased into the set, it's time to say goodbye.
Right.
So you weren't even enjoying your last time playing the Curtain Club on that stage.
We had it a little bit better on Sunday. We basically played like a normal set.
Yep.
for us.
And the
which
equipment
isn't
was
long.
easy because everybody backlined, and so we
And that-
shared drums. We
I
shared
guess they did that the whole
cabs.
weekend. Did
Yeah.
you sign the head?
I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't.
Yeah, and I didn't even hear about that.
I saw it going around,
Okay.
but no, I didn't jump.
I thought it was
Man.
just for the drummers. I didn't know if the whole bands were signing it or what. If it was
I
just
guess
drummers
that makes sense.
playing on that
I
kit.
should have thought about that. Oh,
Yeah.
well.
But that was a nice kit to be backlined with.
It
Sure.
was. It was. I hate playing on other people's kit.
Yeah.
I'm sure every drummer says
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like getting in somebody else's car and their seats moved around and the mirrors are moved and you're not allowed to move it. You don't
Yeah.
Yeah,
play.
before the gig, I sent Daniel a picture of the kit that he was going to be playing on because it looked like identical to Daniel's own kit.
It was my kit. It was the same shells and everything that I play. Mike got the same
Nice.
kit I got.
Yeah.
And
Well, that was convenient.
yeah,
That's really
it
convenient.
was
It
great.
was set up a little weird.
Yeah, it was set up. All my cymbals were on my right side. I didn't have any cymbals in the middle or on my left side, just because the way he sets up. But it worked out really well. It was funny. The sound guy was up there when we were setting up, and he's got these two rack toms, and so his hi-hat stand was way over to the left-hand side. And I'm sitting there, I was like, man, this is not going to work. So I looked at the sound guy. I was like, hey, what if we take this rack tom off so I can move the hi-hat over? And he's looking around. I was like, man, I don't know. Mike's got it set up. And
Yeah.
he's got all this stuff. And I looked around. And I was like, you know what? Mike's not fucking here, is he?
Yeah.
He started laughing, so I grabbed
Mike went to
his
get something to
tom.
eat. I'm
Yeah.
changing
Yeah,
this up.
and Mike's a really good guy.
And Mike's
He
awesome.
would have supported whatever
Yeah.
anybody wanted to do.
Yeah.
They were
It-
just having a good time.
What
It-
Mike
it was
don't know,
I
don't
know.
hurt him.
Right?
Yeah,
Till
it
he
was
walks in.
great. It was great, and you're right on the equipment. Curtain Club's always been. That's always sucked. Load in, load out, storage,
It's
and all
terrible.
that stuff. But it's like that everywhere you go for the smaller venues that
Yeah.
you play. There's
That's-
really not. I mean, Doug was talking about
Yeah.
even out at Texas Live. This huge brand new venue that they just built.
Yeah, that's weird. So I'm in a cover band that plays at Texas Live now and then, and called Epic Unplugged. And so they've got this deal where you have to drag your stuff through the entire venue. There's no back loading door that goes direct to the stage.
brand
or-
new venue.
This is a
just
brand new built thing out
Yeah.
at the new
You would have
ballpark.
thought
Is that
they
the,
would have
And who designed the
Designed
music
that.
venue?
Is
I'm
that the
just
stage
going-
in front of the big
right above
monitors
the
and shit, the screens and all
right?
that?
Yeah, you
Oh,
got
damn.
monitors framing the stage, and
So you have
it's
to
right
fight
over
through
the
all
bar.
that to get.
But it's a badass place to play. It's
Yeah.
great.
It looks
That's
cool.
my one complaint is you got to drag your stuff all the way through the place.
When you play your
That
cover set
stinks.
there, do they keep all the sports shit on?
they tone it down, I think, or they time it to where there's not a lot going on. But I think there's stuff on the screens while we're playing,
Yeah.
which is just a little weird.
I was in there the other night, and they shoot they shoot smoke,
Yeah,
dry ice,
dry ice and
CO2.
shit when they hit a home run.
Yeah.
When the
Oh, no
Rangers hit a
shit.
home run, you're like, what
They
the
blow
fuck
it
is
out.
this?
Same thing,
Oh,
touchdowns
yeah.
and stuff during
Oh,
the
they
football
do?
game. They do all
Yeah.
sorts of crazy
that place
stuff.
is cool.
It is
and
cool.
it's well run. The people that run it are really cool. I will say that.
So back over the Curtain Club.
Yep.
Are any of y'all on the paintings?
Peter
Yeah,
is.
Peter is.
actually, I am.
For
I am
sure.
Are
too.
you up there too? I
Yeah,
didn't
in
see yours
fact,
up
yeah,
there.
South FM is still up there.
Okay, I was wondering if you were on the
Yeah,
South
so
FM
Pete
one.
and I were both still up there Sunday night, and I don't actually know what's going to happen to the South FM plaque.
I know they were offering them.
They were, and I feel
You
like
had to buy
I
'em.
think I asked
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
time, and I don't know if somebody in the band is claiming it or not. I need to check back on that.
I heard it. They were selling them for $5.
I
know if it was
remember
that
if it was
much.
5. I think it was maybe like
Like 150 or
3
something.
or yeah.
I
it was-
thought Pete had said it was
maybe
like
it-
around
if it's
150.
Maybe it
150.
depends. Maybe it's
And that's
5
what
if
I
you're
said.
slow Roosevelt, and maybe
Put one in
it's
here.
Yeah.
lower if
Yeah.
you're somebody lower.
Yeah,
If it was 150, I should have grabbed the HK one and just hung it up in here. And
Oh, trust. Yeah, Chad is not going to let
Maybe
anything
that-
happen to HK.
Maybe
Yeah.
that was the slow Roosevelt price was 150.
That HK, if the guys don't buy it back, that's going to go home with Chad
probably yeah.
Yeah.
because he loves
Was
those
it-
guys.
Remember they had that? I don't even know if it's still around. The Texas Rock and Roll or Hard Rock Museum that they had out in was it Grand Prairie? For a while?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I remember
I figured
when
they
that-
would have jumped on
Or Irving.
those if they were still
I
around, but it's
remember
not
when
around
that
anymore, is it?
I don't. Yeah, that was. I think that was a lame idea. That
Yeah, they
died-
tried to
that
get it going, and then they
fizzled
went
out.
out to the state fair or something.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Well, they also took
Oh,
the.
are they the ones that assembled like a bunch of? They got stuff from Slow Roosevelt.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's the
I
same
remember
people. Isn't
seeing
it?
It is
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You're right.
I think I'm not sure. But
Yeah, Pete. Yeah, they
Yeah.
donated some stuff.
And
What
I
happened to that?
remember Slow Row also, they pulled that plaque down to put it out at the state fair for that little thing they
Yeah.
did in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Texas
what I-
Hall.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I
That's
thought
what
that
we're-
was the same thing, wasn't it?
Was it the same
I
people that
can't
did that?
Or that's
and
the
then started
wait. It's
museum?
the Texas Music. What the hell's it? They just emailed me actually about
So
that.
it is still around?
It's in
I
Irving.
think it's separate. I think it's something separate that was at the fair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's two things.
But that thing is it the museum that's actually you say it's in Irving?
It's in Irving, yeah.
Is that still around?
Oh,
right? They're obviously doing a great job of marketing.
yeah.
Didn't like Henry the Archer or someone play there? a couple
RoboTuner went
times?
out there. He's in the,
Huh.
he's
Hey,
in the chat room. Let me
yeah.
pull this up.
Robes.
But he just-
Hey, Robes,
Uh,
let us know, man.
Huh.
So, have they
Nice.
said what they're going to do with that with the actual venue?
Yeah. So they sold to an investment group. I think that's putting in somebody said it's like a commercial property management office or something.
Ah,
so it's not even going to be
Yeah,
like retail.
No, it's the investment group that bought it. They own like 32 of the buildings down there,
Mhm.
and so I guess the guy that owns and runs the Curtain Club, it's he's in with a group.
Yeah, that's a group of owners.
And so the investment firm that came in offered him, whatever for the spot, and they voted on it. Of course, he voted no.
Yeah, because
He
the
was
ownership
only
group
one that voted no.
owned like the block.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so like that, they weren't like renting that place. They owned the
Well, at
whole
one time they owned
space and
all three corners.
yeah,
Yeah.
And the old
and Clearview.
Clearview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the new investment.
And they sold
firm,
off pieces of
Bet you they're a
Clearview.
bunch of stiffs.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I know
I mean,
know
that's-
several of the owners,
Yeah.
some of whom managed bands of mine and stuff like that.
They probably just drink craft beer and shit like that.
From what I hear,
Hang out.
they're trying to find a new location. From few people I was talking to for the
Mhm.
Curtain Club, he didn't want to shut it down.
Yeah.
And it's kind of forced to. So I think he's
Yeah.
trying to find a new location, which would be cool, but still, I mean, that was part of Curtain Club, was that
Mhm.
spot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so I actually worked there. I was the Curtain Club's first head of security and floor manager back in like 99, 2001.
So you probably know
Just-
Henry Jacob.
I do very well.
Yeah, he's one of our
He was
buds.
there Sunday, yeah.
Oh, he
he's-
was there?
Yeah.
That son
Yeah,
of a
he and his
bitch
wife
came
came
into
up from
town, didn't
Mexico.
let me
Yeah,
know.
they came up for the whole
Uh-oh.
weekend.
Uh-oh.
I can't. Hey, Henry.
And he was on stage. Yeah,
I
Jacob
came
Henry.
to your. I
he-
came to your bar when I came down to Mexico. So
Mhm. Yeah,
What's
so
up?
Jacob,
What's up?
I was the first like floor manager, and then there was Jacob, and then Mike Wookie and Paul Aguilar. Like they
Yeah.
were kind of like the four
he did some
guys.
more stuff with Pat Green, I think, recently.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I saw that. He went back on
yeah.
the road with him for a little bit.
You're right. Yeah, so him and Braxton.
I love his bar
Braxton
down there, by the
Henry.
way.
I still haven't been down there.
Oh,
yet.
it's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah. They got a Lone Star can, like a Lone Star can and stuff, and
Oh,
like
is
a
that
bunch
right?
of stuff
Wow.
that's directly related to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And all the people that are there are from Texas. Just a bunch
Yeah.
of dumb tourists. Urgh.
Right.
So
Yeah, they were there. The whole basically, most of the old alumni from
Jacob.
Curtain Club were there this weekend.
Who climbed up on the roof? I see pictures of someone on the
I
roof, but I
saw
couldn't see who it
somebody
was.
up there, and I can't remember what they were doing.
Did
were
they
doing,
jump? And everybody caught
No,
'em?
they were doing something. I think they were setting up a cable or something. There was filming going on.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it was related to the filming.
They may have
Fuck
just
it.
been doing an aerial shot.
this
you
is
know,
why I'm going out.
but
It
whoever
was some kind.
filming,
It was
you know,
official activity. Yeah.
Don't
it
they
was-
have
They make
drones
drones
for that
now.
now?
Yeah, you don't have
Yeah.
to climb up on shit anymore. To,
Yeah, there
get
was
aerial
some. They were
shots.
placing a cable or something. From what I saw. Yeah. But yeah, it was fun though. We played. I was saying, we played such a spectacular set at Shipping and Receiving that we didn't quite get that to that level at Curtain Club, but it doesn't really matter because it sounded so fucking good.
Yep.
That's what I love.
All the audio and
Yep.
video that we've heard, it's just like, good God, it sounded good.
Yep.
we did.
Well, that's half the allure for bands playing at Curtain Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
That
all the way
on-stage
back
sound-
when James used to do sound and everybody,
Yeah.
James did us the last time we played there a month and a
Mhm.
half ago.
Mm-hmm.
A month ago,
Right,
when the Spectacle played, and
right.
it sounded perfect.
Mm-hmm.
On
Well, what
stage,
they
it
did
sounded
Sunday,
perfect.
so they intentionally revved it all the way. I mean, they blew that thing out, and it sounded so loud and so clean.
Yep.
Like it was the cleanest loud sound I've ever heard in my life in a small venue.
Yeah.
So they definitely they ran it through its paces, you know.
Well, all the video I've seen of you guys online has sounded good.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah. It's cool. And I should have thought to ask Chad if they were going to record that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He probably did.
I'm sure
Surely someone's got a
I
recording.
heard they were recording everything.
Yeah,
for everybody.
I'll have to ask them. Yeah.
And they had someone was, well, besides I guess the documentary they're shooting or whatever,
Right.
all the cameras running around, they had a still camera set up right in front of where Chad is, where that post is.
Yeah.
They had a still HD camera getting a shot of the stage all the way across. So
yeah,
I don't know if that's part of the documentary or if they were also shooting video for everyone too.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, that was a fun venue to play. And it's always cool when you play there. You're like, damn, all the bands that have played on the stage.
Yeah, it was cool.
It's crazy. But
Seeing your name on the wall.
Yeah.
That was, I remember when we first started playing in Travail back in the 90s, you know, driving down that street, seeing your name up on the Curtain Club wall.
Someone went through the process of painting my name on the wall.
Yeah, I was joking with somebody the other day. I was like, I got one of the shirts, and I was like, well, you know, I designed the logo on the front, right? And they're like, oh, wow. And my band is on the back of the shirt, right? You know, and it was just really kind of bizarre.
The first time I played there, you had to way back in the day, they had you play at Rick's and Denton if you were an outside band, like if you weren't from Dallas.
To go through the whole
You had to go through and you had to turn out a Wednesday at Rick's and Denton. And they did the same thing. It was cool because they put your name on the side of Rick's too.
Well, they've got an owner in common.
Or
they
did at that time.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah.
So and we were stoked that we got to play Rick's because we always wanted. I went to school there at UNT.
Yeah.
And we'd always go up there to watch shows when we were in high school and stuff.
Yeah.
We were freaked out that we got to play there.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a week later they called us and said, yeah, we're gonna have you in at Curtain Club. And then we're like, bang.
Right.
And it was just like you said, the sound was so good.
Maybe we're a real band now. Maybe we're not a real band. Maybe I don't know.
The sound was so good it was almost intimidating from going to just playing shitty club PAs all the time and then playing there. You're like, whoa, it's almost jarring.
Yep.
It is weird being on the stage, hearing yourself crystal clear with no hearing protection.
Yep.
And it's so weird. And yet, you know in front of you, and if you get to the edge of the stage and you lean out, you could hear how loud it was
pushing
to
out.
the room, pushing out. But you were like in this nice little bubble.
Yeah, when you're back in that cave, you don't hear it.
Yep.
Yeah,
and it sounded so perfect.
Yep. And it's like, especially for the drums, you never, ever get drums in your monitor.
Yeah.
The kick and snare and stuff like that. But they're at the Curtain Club, you know, you're sound checking, doing your thing. And they ask you want some kick? And you're like, yeah, let me get a little
That was
kick.
the other thing that was awesome is you had your, it was kind of like, you had your monitor guy right next to you. So if you had any problems, you'd be like, hey.
See, and I forgot about that. And on Sunday, I heard the guy talking to me, and I'm looking down at my drums, and he's saying, he's like, you want some kick? And, you know, because the curtain's closed.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, let me get some kick, you know, looking around, and all of a sudden kick starts coming there. Like,
He's right over here. He's right over here.
Yeah, and then I looked over, he's
corner.
like, oh, there he is right there.
The one thing I did
This guy's a wizard.
always like about Curtain Club, and this is also very intimidating back late 90s, you know, early 2000s, was, like you said, there was the way you had to play there was you had to either start at Liquid Lounge and go in, or Rick's and get invited in. But then to get a plaque was way different back then. You had to...
Yeah, they didn't just give them to any...
No, you had to sell out shows.
You had to get a headlining show, and
you had to turn it out too.
I think South FM got it when we had. I don't know that it was our first headlining show, but it was a big one. And
there, I guess, you know, over the past, I don't know, since we've been doing the show, in order to get a plaque, you just had to sell like 75 tickets 3 times in a row, or for 3 shows in a row, or something like that. Yeah,
God, that's weird.
I tell you,
and you got it. Yeah,
that seems weird to me. It's a calculation now.
When I was seeing all the stuff on Facebook about how it was the last show, I started thinking about all the crazy shit that I've seen at Curtain Club, and I think the funniest one, you've heard me tell this story, is we were out there. I can't remember. I think it was Fritz and Johnson and I and someone else, like Patchy or someone, and we were at a show. Remember Angel Dick?
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
We were at an Angel Dick show with I think like Ugly Mustard and someone else. I can't remember who it was. But I remember Angel Dick playing because they were dressed as nuns, and
Oh yeah.
fucking Dime was there.
Yep.
And he was fucked up.
Oh god.
And he was like, he showed up fucked. It wasn't one of those where he
Yeah.
shows up and he's and then gets fucked up. He showed up fucked up.
Oh yeah.
And it was back when they were doing those test tube shots of Jaeger.
Yep.
The girls would walk around with test tube shots.
Yeah.
And he stopped this one, Dime stopped this one right in front of all of us and takes the whole tray and just goes, jumps it all over his face.
Yeah, I was telling a Dime story the other night from when I was working there.
Yeah.
You know, like he would do this deal where he and his posse would show up, you know, like at the very end of the night.
Yeah.
Like they've been, 6 other places or whatever. And so one night he's up there at the upstairs bar.
That's where we were at.
And
We're
I
upstairs.
was like helping kind of shut things down, since I was managing. I'm up there making sure the bar is getting shut down, and he shows up, and I was like, "Oh fuck," And so he dares me. We had literally like about 2 minutes left before we had to close. He's like, "All right, man, I need you to go downstairs. We need to get 25, fucking black tits or whatever." So I had to go grab a new bottle of Crown, new bottle of Jaeger or whatever, and set up all these drinks, and we did it, and he threw down like a ton of money.
Yeah. Yeah, he was great at that.
He would dare people to do stuff,
Yeah,
That was
he was.
kinda,
We saw one of our Travell shows where we were at. He was there. That was one of our moments where it was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Dimebag was there. The Drowning Pool bus was out front while we were playing, and we played and got
No
off-
pressure.
Yeah, no, at all. Right. We played. We got off stage, and I remember he grabbed Dwayne, and they were at the bar. And he grabbed Dwayne, and he grabbed him. He's like, "Man, you're a fucking animal! Holy shit!" And just shots and all this stuff started flying.
oh my god,
That was our the biggest we ever thought we was Dimebag.
Yeah.
We were-
Oh,
we were
yeah.
Loving you.
animals,
God,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Shoot. Well, Curtain Club, you will be missed.
Yes,
Yep.
for sure.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you're right, man. They'll
Yeah.
put it somewhere else and bring
I
the
hadn't
PA
heard
and
that
everything.
story
Yeah,
yet.
he's looking and possibly trying to get some other investors to go in with him to find a spot and get it back open.
Maybe an uptown spot on McKinney.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Someplace
nice.
weird.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's what's great.
Strange.
That's what blew me away. I haven't been out there to Deep Ellum in a long time.
Mhm.
My job, we do work. We do low voltage. So we do like bars. We do like TVs, audio systems, stuff like that, like big badass systems. So I've done like during the day, we've done installed a lot of bars and stuff down there. But I haven't been down there like on a weekend and all this stuff to see. It blew my fucking
It's
mind.
ridiculous now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Sunday and it was an early show. Our
It
load
was
in
like a
was,
Saturday. There were
yeah,
so many
our
people
load
down
ends
there.
at 5:00, and so I'm driving through Deep Ellum at 4:30 on a Sunday afternoon, and it's fucking
streets are full.
packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the
Blew me
trendy.
away.
There's trendy restaurants down there now.
Right.
And
there's-
that's what it is. It's the new Uptown, right?
Yeah, it's all the boutique restaurants
Mhm.
and trendy restaurants and stuff. There's not the shopping's not there like it used to be.
Yep.
Right.
But yeah, it's mainly just eating and bars.
Mhm.
As far as live music goes,
Not a lot anymore.
it's starting to get
Deep
phased
Ellum's,
Not a
out.
lot,
Deep
yeah.
Ellum's always been phasey like that though. too.
Yeah,
The
Yep.
artists,
Yeah, it's
the
a
artists will
cycle.
move in, then
Yep.
they'll move out, and then it'll start dying down and get nasty again, and then they'll move back in, and
Yeah.
it just revamps itself
Didn't it
over
go
and
through?
over.
Didn't it go through like a reggae phase once or something?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, back when I used to live down there, like 95 to 2001, and
Yeah.
there were at
Bunch
least
of
two.
Rasta bars.
There were at
and-
least 2 reggae clubs down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
in
was the one
late
next door to
90s.
Trees?
So one of them, the one that I'm thinking is over by Curtain Club, was called Dread and Irie,
Yeah.
which I think was on Commerce. It was
I
like
went to
around
a
the
rave
corner.
one time, and then went to an after
Yeah.
party at one of those
Yeah.
places.
I
at
was-
like,
I was
4
thinking
in the
there's one
morning.
either by Trees or by Green Room.
I think you're right. I think
July
there-
Alley? No.
There was something. Maybe it was the one. Maybe it was down Malcolm X or down Crowdis. I think it was. Yeah. There might have been one over there too.
But I
don't know.
remember, a reggae phase. And
Yeah,
then, of course,
and they
then-
had the Royal Rack, which was up there off of Greenville, which was sort
Yeah,
of.
forgot about that.
They had a little bit of.
I remember for
that
a
going
while
on.
they remember when they were saying that all the all the parking and the parking lot attendants and stuff were like ex-Somalian like special force guys and stuff, and they're like,
I never heard
"Do
this
not
story.
fuck." Keith from Cock told me that. He's like, "Don't fuck with these
Is that
parking
right?
attendants when you come out
Holy
and play and
crap. stuff."
man." He's like, "Just be cool with those
like-
guys because they
It's
will
like
fuck you up."
All the parking attendants along Sunset Strip in L.A. are former KGB.
I'm
Oh
sure.
my
Yeah,
God.
man, they'll fuck you up
They're
too.
badasses.
That's insane.
They're all a bunch
Wow,
of.
that's
former
I've seen so much
Russian,
crazy shit in Deep
Ukrainian
Ellum, man.
KGB.
Mhm.
Yeah,
One-
no
there was a
shit.
time where I think we went down there for the Eagles, one of their local shows or something,
Oh yeah.
and it was at Trees, and me and Johnson, it was hot. It was right in the middle of the summer. You know how things are already wilder during the summer anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like there was tension in the air. It was when cruising down, cruising was at its probably peak.
Yeah.
There was just cars upon cars upon cars cruising through,
Yep.
systems blaring, and this fight broke. We just left and we were going to get pizza, and we were walking, and all of a sudden these two cars get into it. This one guy gets out, starts yelling at this dude, and they're about to fight and everything. This dude pops his trunk, gets a bat. Then like 7 officers come out of nowhere with their guns drawn right in front of me and Johnson. We're fucked up too. Like, and I'm pretty sure we weren't 21 yet. And we're just like,
Mhm.
whoa.
There was a
we just
fight.
did like
Time to
this.
go.
Like,
There was a fight in front of Curtain
Yeah.
Club Sunday night.
oh yeah,
Early in
there's
the
always been
night, there
some
was
kind of
a
crazy
car
shit
pulled
going
up.
on.
A kid got out of the back seat, and it goes over to a dude who was riding one of those rent bikes and just starts beating his ass.
Well, I
Yeah.
might side with you on
shoves
that.
him off the bike and
Yeah.
starts beating him down. And some guys go over, like from the club and everything, like go over there and separate him.
Yeah.
And then the mom
Does it
who's
stop the
driving the
timer?
car gets out of the car and pulls a metal cane out of the car and starts beating him.
Yeah.
And we're just like, oh my God, what the
Jeez.
hell is going on?
So does the guy on the scooter? Does the timer stop, or is he getting charged for that?
Yeah, is he
What
getting
we doing?
charged the whole time?
Yeah, right? God, yeah, I don't
We're
know
not
what
cutting
he
this off.
did, but Mama beat his ass.
Yeah. Well, Keith, the dude that was in cop, him and it wasn't Chaz. It was someone that was working at the radio station for a while. They got their asses beat to a pulp. Like ended up in the hospital.
Is that
The
right?
first time I met Keith, his whole face was
How
just
long ago
swelled
was
up.
that? I think I heard
was like-
about that.
Mhm.
Man, 98.
Okay.
90
Yeah.
this was
99?
2 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Man, they got like they were laid up in the hospital for
Yeah.
a
I
good
think I
Wow.
remember
week or two.
news stories about that and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was funny. Johnson was like, man,
The
because
Observer
Johnson
writing
had been
about it.
working with him for a while, and Keith's fucked up from that, man. Like he doesn't even talk the same hardly.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then that was when their drummer, Cock's drummer, right after that joined the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot.
There's so
about
much
that.
music tied into Deep Ellum too, and
Yep.
the Curtain Club. The
Yeah.
Curtain Club alone, there's been so many fucking people that have just gone in there, stopped in, and then met this guy, and then
Oh yeah.
like,
So one
bands.
night we had Duff McKagan's band in there
Yeah.
in '98, and I talked with Duff for like an
Yeah.
hour, and that was his band called Loaded that has Dez from Black Flag in
yeah,
it and stuff like that.
Mm.
So I'm sitting there talking with Dez Cadena and Duff McKagan. It was crazy. We had God, who else did we have? We had Dennis Rodman in
Yeah.
there one night. We had Beyonce in there because we had
Beyonce went in the Curtain
Well,
Club.
what was the band before
Oh,
she
Destiny's
was
Child?
Yeah, we had
Yeah,
Destiny's
Destiny's
Child up in there one time. Yeah.
Yeah, they, and we were talking about Dom and Vinny. They were really
So
a lot
crazy.
they had a lot to do with that. Dom and Vinny, the guys that they would drag
Yeah,
in
they
there.
would bring all
They
sorts.
bring
yeah.
all kinds of people in there.
Yeah.
When we were played there, the Social Distortion was playing. I think, what was it? What's the Canton Club used to be? What was it called? Way back in the day.
The Bronco Bowl?
No, not the
Canyon
Bron-
Club?
Canyon. No, it wasn't Canyon Club. I forgot. I'll remember in a little bit.
Yeah.
Deep Ellum Live.
Oh.
Maybe it was Deep Ellum Live.
Yeah, where
Anyway-
Canton Hall is now.
Oh,
yeah.
Canton
Yeah, they-
Hall.
yeah,
okay,
Canton
yeah,
Hall.
that's Deep
Yeah.
Ellum Live.
They were playing, and their road crew heard us playing, and they came in, checked out one song, act like they liked it, and then fucking took off.
Mhm.
Like fuck this.
Yeah.
But you never knew who you were gonna see when you went in there.
We had Mike Ness at Curtain Club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he the
Solo.
Yeah, his or was it? I thought he did his country thing
God,
too.
he
There,
looked
didn't he?
he looked so unhealthy when
When
he
was
did
it?
that show. I want to say it was like '99.
Yeah,
or
he probably
something.
was.
Yeah, he was messed up.
Yeah,
So the first two shows listed at, and this is a
Curtain
good
Club?
segue, at Curtain Club on Setlist FM, December 31st, 1997, Hagfish.
Oh wow.
And
yeah,
then
first week for sure.
January 2nd, Dusu,
Yeah.
Wow.
which
Mhm.
takes us to
Nice.
The show. Oh God, look! It was Dusu on the 2nd with Buck Jones.
Yeah.
Wakeland
Buck
on the
Jones,
3rd.
man, I forgot about them.
Then at the end of the night, at the end of the month, was
Daisy.
double night of Course of Empire.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
And then the Nixons, and then
Yeah.
golly,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Taking
it was
me
like
back,
that.
man.
What an
It was
opening
like
month.
that.
Pop
yeah.
Poppins, Radish, the Nixons, Tabula Rasa,
Yeah.
I think
Quick
I
Serve
saw-
Johnny,
Yeah, those are
Deep
buddies
Blue
of mine
Something.
too. I think
Yeah.
I started there in '98.
That bass player
So-
was my English teacher in 9th grade. Deep Blue something.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Oh my
English teacher.
God.
Is that Todd
Yeah.
or Toby?
Todd.
Now, see,
yeah, Todd
about
Pipes.
half the bands you just named were managed by my buddy from college who managed us. Slow Roosevelt, Deep Blue Something, Quick Serve Johnny, Tabula Rasa.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. Oh,
And
yeah.
in fact, cruising through here, the first national band, if you don't count Reverend Horton Heat, freaking
Space Hog.
Adams Farm was on here. Do you count Valve?
Nope.
No, don't count them. So Tripping Daisy was August 13th. Well, what this shows is Rollins Band.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
The 23rd
I was
of
going to say
August.
Rollins and Space Hog are the earlier ones that I can remember.
Freaking Space Hog and that crazy.
And then we
front
also
man.
had the dude from Gin Blossoms. I can't remember what his project was called. But they were doing these shows where Marlboro would like, throw a bunch of money down. And so they'd bring in, like a $10,000 show
Yeah.
or whatever.
Matthew
remember those
Sweet.
shows.
Yeah.
The Nixons did
Yeah.
a
Matthew
three-night
Sweet. Yeah, I remember that.
stand.
Yep.
Good grief.
Yeah.
So the Nixons put out a song a couple of months ago. Are they going to play some shows or do anything?
yeah, they've been playing shows.
Oh, they have?
Yep.
Are they putting out a full release?
As far as I know. Yeah.
Where have they been playing the shows at? Because
They've been doing small little runs, like
Just
I know
one-offs here
they've
and
been
there?
playing Tulsa, Oklahoma City. They've played a Dallas show. I don't remember when.
I'd like to see them.
But yeah, they're
again.
doing current shows. Yeah, in fact, there was one run where John Humphrey, their drummer, who also played with me in South FM, he was out of town with Seether because he plays for Seether now, and his son stepped in with the Nixons and played like 5 or 6 shows with the Nixons.
That's cool.
So that was kind of wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were also managed by the same people that I was saying managed Tabula Rasa, Slow Roosevelt, all the same.
Yeah, this list is crazy. I forgot about El Nino, Godhead.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them.
So anyway, moving on Saturday night, we had kind of a big reunion scene happen on the other side of town
Big time.
Yes, huge.
at Lola's.
Yeah.
And so, do you want to go ahead and confess what happened to you here? The reunion show you've been waiting to see since we started this
Did
fucking
you fall?
podcast.
Did you fall asleep and not go out?
It's
See, that's
exactly what I
that's
did.
my move.
That's exactly what I did.
That is my
Well,
move.
I did something dumb. I went on a spirit walk on Friday
Oh, shit.
or Saturday morning at what, 5? Around
Yeah,
5 o'clock
5
in the
a.m.
morning.
Yeah, it's okay.
We decided to go on a spirit walk, and so,
And?
I
And so
oh
Yeah.
no, yeah, it's necessary evil.
it is.
It has to happen.
We had some fun. We drank
But-
a lot of stuff.
And then I had to get up and on Friday or on Saturday and
Now,
get my shit together, and
Wait, you're screwing everything. Yeah, that was Friday night.
that was Friday night.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
So I tried to get some things done. I had some personal stuff to take care of. Well, I got that all squared away, and then decided I was going to take a little nap around, I'd say 7ish.
Oh, that's dangerous time right there.
It was
You
kind of
texted me
unprovoked.
and go,
You got to
"When
get
are
that
leaving?"
in. You got to start that.
It was
nap
right
at
after
like
I texted
4.
you that.
Okay, you texted me, and that was like 6.
Yeah. So
Because I was headed to Dallas. I said, I'm
yeah.
headed to
and
Dallas
the weather was
now.
getting bad. I thought the thunder would keep me up and stuff. I didn't know that,
Yeah.
but no.
Thunder,
It was-
you thought
I
Thunder
woke up
Truck
and it was
would keep you up?
It was 1 o'clock, and I was like, "Well, guess I'm not going to that
oh
show."
my God. Yeah.
I'm texting him all sorts of stuff. Where you at? Everybody knows that you were waiting for this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So
everybody.
they figure he's dead.
And
Well,
so
no, because we
everybody's
talked
like,
about how we
"Where
would
is
always
Matt?
want Dusu
Where
to play
is
another
Matt?"
show.
Like anytime we've brought up
Dusu will
reunion
never play
shows
another
in
show.
this
Dusu
room,
has to play one.
Oh, they will. I'm sure they'll do a Dallas show.
Well,
got to.
they did.
Not one. Well, I mean,
Another
an
one.
actual. Yeah.
So there's 3 or 4 bands that are always at the top of this list, and for the longest time it's Slow Row. That's done.
Dusu.
Dusu.
I wouldn't say Slow Row's done.
Well, their reunion was done.
yeah, they're little.
They've had it.
The
Okay,
comeback.
not mean like they're. I thought you
Was
meant
that
like
show,
they're
wasn't it?
finished.
In the time we've done this show, that was one we really wanted, and they
Yeah.
pulled it off. They did the reunion
They
show.
did 2 or 3, didn't they?
Yeah.
For a little stint.
They were doing it. I think they were almost trying to do it yearly for a while.
Yeah.
Well, kind of like what
But it's just
Hackfish
kind
and-
of whenever it happens.
Another one that was for me was Brutal Juice.
We might have breaking news. Can you talk about it?
I might make you pee your pants. So that was almost 3 years ago. So he's almost 53.
Jesus.
All right. So Chad had a birthday party. It was kind of a surprise. He knew somebody was throwing him a party, but he didn't really know what was going to go down. And the idea was we were going to throw together a set of Course of Empire songs. And I don't want to say I started it, but I stepped up to play bass for it. And I ended up getting Mike Graff to play guitar, the Course of Empire's guitarist.
Mm-hmm.
And that was supposed to be kind of a surprise to Chad, is that it was actually going to be Graff on guitar. So we got Chad up there playing on a couple of songs at the end of the set. We only did like a 6-song set. So we had 2 members of Course of Empire. And we had Cameron Taylor from Secret of Boris singing. And then we had Gene Coleman, who's a sound guy at Curtain Club, play the other drums, other drummer, basically the percussion. And then also Brandon Keebler, who is the monitor guy at Curtain Club. He played drums as well. Anyway, the other night, I'm on the patio at Curtain Club. Mike Graff and Michael Jerome from Course of Empire are in town and bought tickets from Dagger Club to come see our show. But they had a lot of stuff going on. They went and played at Spinster, I think, that day, which is the record store over in Oak Cliff. And anyway, they did make it back to Curtain Club and were talking with me out on the patio. And Graff looks at me and he's like, "Hey, I think we want to do a Course of Empire show." And so he's been working for years trying to get Vaughn, the vocalist for Course of Empire, interested in doing it, and Vaughn just flat out refuses. He says he feels no one's interested in that.
Oh my
Good gosh.
And he's just kind of living off the grid, like in Austin or wherever the hell he is, and he just refuses to get into it.
So there's no shot of getting Vaughn still.
No chance of Vaughn. But the remaining drummers and Graff and myself, I think will probably end up doing it.
So here's play this for Vaughn, because after the other night, after all of us hanging out at Lola's, seeing Dusu, and it being magical and everybody freaking out, which, by the way, I was telling you earlier, I've never seen Lola's that packed in my life. Ever.
Yeah.
It was insane. Doors were open. People were climbing on things, climbing on each other.
Right.
It was, as the night progressed, because the lineup was insane, more and more people just kept showing up. And when you have the trailer park out back where bands are playing, and you have the inside, and some people are kind of going back and forth for different bands, and the Kush was playing, and Sub Oslo ended up headlining that night. But, when it came time for Ducey to play, the place was ridiculous. But once their set was over, and a whole bunch of us were standing out back, musicians and people that have grown up in the scene, and we're all of our jaws were on the ground, like, oh my God, this just happened. Every single person said, all right, all we need is a Course of Empire reunion. And
I was talking about it
the circle will be
this
complete.
Weekend. And I've actually teased it.
Will be complete.
I've gone back to Graff a couple of times about, listen, dude, we need to do a show. And
that place will be
and do a
nut to
proper
butt.
set. And he wanted to do it for the anniversary of the release of Telepathic Last Words, which was last year, and he couldn't get it together. And most of the problem, I think, has been Chad. I don't think Chad's not been wanting to do it.
I have tried to talk to him.
And
a couple
Jerome's
times
been
about
too
it.
busy. He plays for Better Than Ezra and Richard Thompson and a couple other guys.
What's that band we just saw him with?
The one from, is it New Orleans?
They opened for the Toadies.
Right. Yeah. So he does 2 or 3 other things.
Yeah.
But Jerome and Graff both stared at me in the face the other night and said they wanted to do it. And I said, I told Graff I've been rehearsing a playlist of about 16 to 18 songs for a year or two. And I said, if you told me that there was a gig booked for next week, I could do it. I could pull off the set.
There you go.
It's just a matter of getting the drummers on the same page and getting rehearsals scheduled and booking something, and settling on a singer.
Now pull in Dusu and then pull in Slow Roll.
I've already and those thoughts went through my head too. I was like, well, would it be Baboon or would it be Daisy? You know what I mean?
Baboon would be cool.
Which Baboon is doing stuff once a year now.
I know. They're on that same kind of But anyway, and I did plant a seed in somebody's head, a talent buyer's head about this, and I don't know. I think we'll make it happen. Graff is. You're
going to see two late 40-year-old men crying.
Yeah, I'll do meth for that.
Oh my God!
I'll stay up.
Meth for $1.50. Don't get excited.
Right.
I'll stay up for that one.
Yeah,
a lot of coffee.
Yeah, I really do want to make it happen. I want to
with meth
make them
cubes
stick to their word. Yeah,
that's a joke, y'all.
I'm gonna hold you.
It's all
to
jokes
that.
here. It's all jokes here.
It is fun. It's fun to play those songs, and I don't know why Paul Simrad doesn't show up and do the bass for that stuff. But I don't know. He's not into it either, I guess.
Do you think Vaughn, when he sees that though, like, will be okay? I see the amounts of people that are there. Maybe I will come in and do a set.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know?
I just don't know that he cares. He really just doesn't care, I think.
Well, who was Halls of the Machine?
That's Jerome and Graff.
Okay.
And like an extra musician or two.
Yeah. It was 3 or 4 piece, but I couldn't remember who made it all up.
Yeah.
Because Vaughn didn't
it was
do
the
anything
two of
after
them
that, right?
originally. No, Vaughn's never done anything after the last Course of Empire show, musically. Not once.
Yeah, he just walked away.
Just poof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at that
It's
show, by
almost
the way.
more of a cool
Speaking of
story
Cock,
if he
Cock
doesn't
played that
ever
show.
come back. He just ghosts, you know?
Yeah. He's gone. He's like the... Or he shows up and you don't recognize him, like
wouldn't that be funny?
Sid
Like
Barrett.
he gains he's like 300 pounds or whatever,
And you're like-
and he's just sitting at the end of the bar.
and he's just sitting there listening, just nodding his head, then he leaves.
Have
And
you
you're like,
have you read the Nick Mason book where they talk about him showing up at Abbey Road?
Yeah.
And just like
And not know who it was.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
freaking Sid
yeah, that's cool.
Damn.
Yeah, he's definitely he could be our Sid.
Well, now I don't know what to do with this erection I have.
You know what you could do?
I'll work on it. I'll try to
got
get you
another
more information.
If it happens,
Z Music.
I'll tell you what. If I get more information, we can premiere it here.
There you go.
How about that?
you premiere it here, and we will
Be all
we
over
will
that show.
We will
We
Oh,
actually
talk about that show.
and the way that I
nonstop
would
leading up to it.
I think the way I would do it is I would probably book 2 or 3 shows. It would be
Yeah.
Fort Worth, Dallas
maybe Denton
/ Denton. Yeah.
Well, we have this idea. I think we've talked about this. Actually, we've got an intruder right now. I don't know if I can talk about it. But we do a lot of stuff with Do For It Records. And they do a Halloween show every year, the cover sets, right?
Yeah.
So we were thinking, hey, one year, why don't we get with Do For It and do a Jerry Jonestown Massacre Do For It production, and everybody do cover sets from our local music scene, like Doosu, like Course of Empire. And then we were like, well, if you could do that, then why not just go the next step and do a full-on reunion of all those major players?
You could do
back
that.
then.
You could do that and pretend that it's a Course of Empire cover band, and then it actually is the guys. That'd be hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
Would be hilarious.
I don't know that we could pull it off in time, but
that's what Metalocalypse did.
The dates are booked.
Right?
They did that.
Hey, the dates are booked.
Yeah, Metalocalypse
It
did
will
it.
be. This happened today.
Oh, is that right?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say the venues, but
Is
the
it-
books.
oh, okay.
The dates will be October 26th and October 25th and 26th.
Awesome.
25th will be in Fort Worth.
Hmm.
26th will be in Denton.
Okay.
So, and
Interesting.
venues is a place that's in Fort Worth. It's a place that the acronym weighs a lot.
Right.
Like it's heavy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, it's a real heavy joint.
You know, that's one of those places where I wanted it to be bigger. I like going there. Just actually where it is cool, and stuff. But like I got in there and I was like, oh, this is this. And
You thought it
just-
was going to be larger?
I thought it was gonna be larger, and I thought the stage was gonna feel larger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Daniel?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anyway, because these guys all wanted to play there. All the Fort Worth guys were like, oh well, it's all at Mass now.
Well, how many times y'all
You
played
know.
there? Just once or twice?
At least twice.
Twice.
Is it twice?
I think
Yeah.
we played there twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did Randy's.
We've only played a handful of shows.
Yeah, we did the
period.
Synaptic Empire show.
That's
and we
right.
did,
Yep, right, yep.
yeah.
So what do y'all got
the-
coming up? The Dagger Club.
This is funny. Okay, I've got this. Literally just happened while I was sitting in the car
It's got to be a porno.
in front of this place. So Leroy from Leroy the Prophet was saying that I needed to promote the July 20th show at Lola's while I'm on the podcast, and I
Don't let him boss you
and I
around.
replied, and I was like, "What show is that?" And he sent
The
me
show
this
we're
thing.
playing
That you
on-
signed up on already.
And so you knew I didn't have, for some reason I didn't write this down.
Yeah.
Like I'm just going, how did I not know that I'm playing at Lola's July 20th with Leroy the Prophet, and let me figure out who else.
How did
it
we
is.
not know that?
Sweet Tooth, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Sweet.
Must be in Seattle.
Oh, I forgot about
Yeah.
Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, Sweet Tooth little reunion.
God,
Maybe we don't go to Seattle.
I was
It's,
just like, what the heck?
It's like a birthday party.
He's probably going,
reunion.
Doug, you're the biggest idiot. But yeah, Sweet Tooth, Leroy the Prophet, Dagger Club, Crush Point. Yeah, Lola's July 20th.
That'll
So-
be a party.
So that's
That
the
will
only
be.
thing we have booked, to my knowledge.
Yep.
Unless there's another one that I didn't write down. But yeah, I think our focus is we're trying to write some more Dagger Club songs, and we would love to get a full set together and do a big proper show. You know.
Couple of them.
Yeah, at least a couple more songs. But like, so we have the song that y'all played, which was for the Fort Worth Weekly Frequencies Volume 10, which is great, out on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
And then on our Bandcamp page, daggerclub.bandcamp.com.
Are
There
most
you
of
go.
this, Daniel? Are
We have
most
one
of this
song.
stuff wrote? Like, have y'all been working on this material, or has this been all organic? Like,
So the original 3 songs, it was Travis and Brian that they got together and just were just hanging out writing some tunes. Got Peter to put some vocals down on it, and it was about a year that they were working on it, just kind of fucking around. Really wasn't intended to be a band at all. They were just putting some music down, and I think it was actually a July 4th party at Brian's house 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago.
yeah.
Pete was out and we're hanging out and talking about putting some drums on it and playing, and it really started, just wasn't supposed to be anything, just hanging out and putting some music down.
Yeah. From Pete's perspective, like so I'm on the other end of it, and I know that Pete was wanting it to be a band, and he was wanting to outfit a band.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was writing, and then
that's
but
all it
once you all
was.
got to the point where there were some drum parts, or
We got together
There were
and
3
played.
songs.
We played live a few times where we were just running through it and it sounded good. We
Yeah.
were having fun with it.
and that's when Pete was like, "Okay, I'm comfortable enough with this stuff to talk to Doug about this and actually bring him in."
Yep.
So he
It's gonna be a real
got me
thing.
together. Yeah.
So Doug gets to come in.
we were excited because Pete and I we started the band in 2014 with the guitarist and drummer from A Dozen Furies.
I remember
Mike
that.
Miller and Joey Turner, and they are the guys who won the MTV Battle for Ozfest TV show,
Right.
and went on Ozfest like 2004, 2005. And Joey's just phenomenal guitarist. Like he can literally do anything with like 3 fingers. And Mike was a great drummer, but they were both almost like ADHD, to where like 1 minute they're into it, and then the next minute they just like completely lost interest. And so they lost interest. And Pete and I were just like, well, we were just to the point where we had played 2 shows at Lola's, and we had momentum. And then they were just like, oh, yeah, well, we're not into it anymore.
Because back then there was a song floating around.
We had
way
4.
back then.
We recorded 4
Yeah.
songs with Braxton Henry.
Okay, so I think I have those.
And
4.
Didn't you do a video
we
too?
put
Did
'em-
y'all do a video?
We did a YouTube clip
Yeah.
of some of that stuff, and then once we built the band back up with these guys, when Southern Train Gypsy stopped playing, and we got these guys into, made it a 5-piece band, we decided to start recording. And once we had gotten this stuff together, we decided to pull down the old demos. Those, yeah.
So
since the
are y'all
lineup
playing,
is different.
Are y'all playing any of those 4?
Nope. No. We just walked away from that.
And
stuff.
we never really, we kind of looked at it as
a whole new beginning.
Yeah, a whole
kept
new
the name,
beginning, kept
but
the
that's
name, and then just started over new with what this was.
Yeah.
Well, and Pete had a band there before that.
He was in a band called White Elephant.
White Elephant, that's right.
Yep.
We talked about this the other night.
Yeah.
He cracked me up one night. They had a show at Trees, and I had always told him that I didn't say I hated the guitar playing, but I didn't like the musicianship, and
their drummer's a real asshole.
I really just didn't.
We know him
I didn't
very
think it
well.
was that
Badass
great.
drummer.
No, he's
I was kind of like,
phenomenal
why are
fucking
you
drummer.
doing this, Pete? And one night I was over at Three Links, and Pete texts me, and he says, "Do you want to come over and play bass? They're at Trees. Do you want to come play bass at Trees?" And I was like, ah ha ha. And he was basically serious. He was like, this crybaby dude is about to walk out of this band, and we might need somebody to come over and play bass for our set.
Did you do it?
No, they ended up playing the gig.
Oh, they did?
And I didn't know, but I was sitting there. I was just cracking up. I was like, are you serious, dude? And he kind of was. But I never liked
Good
him.
grief, yeah.
It was like Pete Thomas and the 20-year-old kids, I was kind of like, what? They just didn't do anything for me.
Huh. That's crazy.
No disrespect, but...
Sorry, White Elephant.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry to take a dump on everything you did. But.
Elephant dump.
Well, I
White elephant.
remember Travis had told me some stuff. Like it started, hey, I'm kind of jamming around with Pete and stuff. And I was like, what? You are? And then the last STG show, when he was there, like, maybe Travis
Started
ain't
putting
full
it
of
together.
shit.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not lying. Maybe he's...
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he was deep in conversations with those guys at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember, I think, wasn't Dwayne the promoter for one of those shows at, like, Grotto or something?
I'm sure. Yep.
Because I remember when Pete would tell me about shows that Dwayne was promoting.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's that Dwayne guy.
Yep. Yeah, Dwayne did all of it.
Yeah.
He did it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been good. It's been great. We're really happy with it. We love what we got going. We want to be out playing more, but like Doug said, we're trying to write right now, and so
it's really
the
hard.
first 3 songs that they did. They sat down. It wasn't a band. They just got together and put some music down. So they took it was literally probably a year or more putting those 3 songs together, and then everything we've had since then has been organic in the practice room. But it's a bunch of 40-year-old dudes with careers and families and kids, and
I know.
Yeah,
I totally get that.
Getting the 5 of us together
hard.
in the practice room is a feat. And then trying to pump something. We get in there, we finally get together to practice, and everybody's looking at each other saying, "Well, you play something. Well, you play something."
Yeah.
And
the cool thing about it is Brian will demo stuff on his 4-track, and he can put together pretty structured stuff and come to us with that, which is really cool.
That's nice.
So that's what we're doing right now, and we've had a lot of promoters at a lot of clubs, bars that are reaching out and wanting us to play, and we're pissing a lot of them off because we're saying no because we want to focus on writing. And so when we play a show, it's us getting ready for the show.
Yeah.
Practicing, preparing, kind of doing all that thing, and writing goes out the window. So if we've got, if we're playing 3 or 4 shows this summer, we're not going to get together to write at all. It's just kind of staying maintained, ready for the show. So we haven't been able to write much. We're really focused on that. We're really happy with that song that we just put out for the Fort Worth Weekly.
It's a badass track.
We had
That's
just
a really good
finished
track.
that song up.
It was perfect timing.
A week before we recorded. I think we had just finished that, and we were like, fuck it, let's record it.
Yeah, I told Eric Griffey that it was like the perfect timing.
Yeah.
Because, it gave us a way to record that song without having to go in and pay for a bunch of tracking. And But we ended up getting some badass drum tracking out of it. and
It was awesome recording.
over at Niles City.
Our experience there was
yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah. Josh did a really great job out
Amazing
there.
job.
Did y'all record it all live?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then overdub vocals, or are those the live vocals with it?
A little bit of overdub, but
Yeah,
most of it's live.
most
I mean,
of
we
it's
sat
live.
down and clicked off, and we got about 2 or 3 takes, and
they were
that's it.
flying a couple of pieces around here and there, but while we were still there, and then Josh gave Travis in Dagger Club gave Travis the Pro Tools session and let Travis tweak around on it before, and basically Travis did the final mix on that song.
Nice.
And it never even went to Jorts for mastering. I think Travis was saying that his track was like right at the last minute, like right when it had to be delivered.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Travis is a badass engineer. He's really damn good.
And he's pretty.
Yeah, right.
He's good hair.
Some of that video of us from Sunday looks so weird because Travis, some of his moves, like he looks like the Scarecrow from
Yeah,
Wizard of
it
Oz
is.
because he's so lanky that he looks like pipe cleaner legs, or whatever.
I was noticing
It's
that
awesome,
over at shipping and receiving. I was like,
He definitely has his own
And
stage
he's
presence.
got
He
some of those
does.
moves, like
It's
kind of like
different
that.
now.
different.
He's got
It's
that
different now
Beatles.
than
he
what
got-
it was in Southern Train, because in Southern Train, he had his guitar up so high for so long,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and his moves was all.
He's still kind of doing that. He's doing that Beatles
little
head
bit.
shake
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
doing that, and that cracks me
Yeah.
up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. I like the
Yeah.
club guys on SNL. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 It's awesome. I've never seen a heavy guitar do something.
I know,
like
right?
that.
And he's
Play
wearing
like
he's
that.
wearing a helmet shirt,
Yeah.
and he's
Yeah.
So
It's
I've
awesome.
been
Club moves.
playing with and watching Travis play since early 2000s to see him go through his phases.
Phases.
yeah.
When I first, we were talking about this the other night at Curtain Club. When I first met Travis, it was at what's that bar in Little Rock? The pizza joint that's got the bar, the venue in the back, Vino's.
Yeah, Vino.
Met him at Vino's in Little Rock, and he comes walking in, and this is spiky, tall, spiky, bleached streaks in the hair, and he's got a glow stick. He's like got this little like carriage lamp
It's like a
glow
rave-
stick
rave-
he's
a
wearing.
rave boy.
No shit, dude.
Wow.
Walking in and seeing all his phases he's gone through playing guitar. Dude's nuts.
Wow.
But, yeah, man, we're really having fun with what we're doing. We want to be out playing. We've had a lot of offers from a lot of people. We're pissing. Jake Norgard was giving me shit at Lola's the other day. I was at the Foo show.
Oh yeah.
And his wife Michelle, I think she's booking for
For Tin Panther.
Tin Panther.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
told Tin Panther no like 4 or 5 times now.
And he was busting my
And they
balls
and they
pretty
come
hard.
up with badass shows like
Yeah.
it's Methinks and
Mhm.
Vorvon and whatever the hell else,
I
and
think
it's
y'all were
like
supposed to play there with us, and y'all said no.
Yep.
I tried to
Well,
get you on
and-
our bill at
And then,
Mass.
yeah, we tried to get y'all on our bill
Yeah.
next month.
Because
Or
we
no,
made a
it's this month.
decision. We made a decision a while back that we said we're not going to book any more
Stick
shows.
with it.
We're going to write. We're going to get a set because we had a 6-song set with a cover song. So now we wrote this song. So we've got 6 legitimate songs and
Yeah.
getting offered awesome shows. And it's like, yeah, we'd love to play. We can only play for 20 minutes. We can only play for 25
Yeah.
minutes, and that sucks. And
Mhm.
it's the same deal like you were talking about Friday night. You kind of get into your groove. We've
And
only
then you're
got
done.
6 songs.
Yeah.
I got, friends that are coming out from Dallas to watch you play, and you're on stage for 20, 25 minutes. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to have a good set to play at shows, to have something to offer people.
Mhm.
And so that's kind of our focus. But we had these couple of shows that popped up.
Mhm.
So the Fort Worth Weekly Music Festival popped up. The Still at Curtain Club popped up. You can't say no to those things.
No,
Mhm.
there's no
No.
way.
No way.
Yeah.
And so,
No.
that's what Jake was busting my balls, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Well,
Well,
y'all
why'd
fucking
you
don't.
do
I mean,
this?
you don't not. You hate Michelle. What's going on? Y'all don't want to
Yeah.
play." It's like, "No, dude, we're
Yeah,
not
you know,
playing."
and
It's
the-
like,
and
"Yeah,
those
but you're
important
playing
events.
2 shows coming
and the-
up." It's like, "Yeah, but those are." you
Yeah,
can't
we
say
weren't
no to
seeking.
those.
We were not
Yeah.
seeking a show at Curtain Club. It's just a fluke that they wanted Slow Row.
You're
Yeah.
not going to be able to do it again.
Ever,
So,
Right.
ever, so
absolutely.
you might as well do it.
And
And
then-
we
but-
totally, and like Doug's saying, we fell into that show
Mm-hmm.
because they wanted Slow Row,
Yeah.
and it just happened.
Now
to
we
work
did
out.
work
kinda-
on. We did work on
It's hard
Fort
to
Worth
explain
Weekly. Like I cultivated a relationship with Fort Worth Weekly for like months and months.
Like what had really happened was.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't know that would mean that we would get nominated. And then once we were nominated, it was like, oh well, we want you to be on the
Showcase.
compilation,
Mhm.
We all
and-
released Sweep the Leg, in the
Yeah.
nomination time period.
Yep.
Yeah,
I know I put y'all on my ballot when I wrote in. So
Yeah.
And
a
we've
heavy
got
hard
so
rock
we've
band,
got
so-
everything tracked. We've got all 6 of our songs are tracked. We released Sweep the Leg.
Yeah.
Travis does all of our stuff. Same thing with every band we've been in with Travis. He does all of our stuff. So we have it tracked. We've got to do vocals on some of it and mix it and kind of get it all ready to put out. So
Yeah, I was going to say we should probably get him, like, put a spark under him to probably do another one.
Yeah, because we were pushing
momentum from these shows.
Yep. So we've got it all ready to kind of mix down and put everything out. We've got kind of pushing for, to kind of have a big launch where we have music to put out. We're going to be booking shows, have merch, and do all that stuff. Right?
Hit it running.
We've got to get a couple more tracks, more tunes going. Is just kind of where we're at right now.
Having that discipline right now, though, is good. Getting all that right.
It's hard sticking with it because we're getting offered awesome shows with
Yeah.
awesome people, awesome bands, awesome places,
Awesome podcast.
awesome
That's
podcasts.
right. Man.
Well, I thoroughly enjoy it. I love it. We were talking earlier about, the Fort Worth rock scene and how it kind of fizzled there for a little bit because everything started getting real Americana feeling. But now with you guys and Duel, and Royal Sons, I mean, it's getting good.
Yeah.
It's getting good again. It's
Yeah,
some good rock music.
I hope we can play with Duel sometime.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's going to happen.
It'll
Yeah,
happen.
that'll
Those guys are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're friends.
Yeah,
or a couple of them anyway.
I can tell you how to bribe Nick.
I was trying to
You'll
get
make it easy.
Nice.
Jeremy
Chicken fried steak
and Che to do a little Huffer reunion at some point. But
It was funny.
that's going to be
I
tough.
hit him up at Tin Panther the other day too.
Yeah.
We were
Need to do a
we were
Huffer.
talking after Che was standing right in front of me during the Dusu set, and when it was done, he turned around, and I said, "Don't you wish you were that cool?" He goes, "Yeah, man. I wish I could just do that and have this crowd. Look at Lola's. I've never seen it this packed." I said, "You do realize y'all's final show at Mass was nut to butt ridiculousness."
Yep.
And I was like, and maybe in 10 years when you do a Huffer reunion show, it'll look just like this.
Yep. Exactly.
It's like their send-off show was ridiculous. So
Oh, it was.
yeah.
It was a great show. Yeah, we were. I was hanging out at Boiler, not Boiler, Bold Owl, a couple of weeks ago with Che and Jeremy, and was trying to plant that seed, and we'll see what happens.
They're getting hit from everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get them, and the circle will be complete again.
Yeah.
Y'all should also play with me, Motor Scooter.
Oh, yeah.
That's my wife's band.
Yeah, no, I've
Yeah, that's
done.
another rock band.
I've done shows with them. In fact, I gave them their first Dallas show.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, I booked
So you're
them.
the one to blame.
Yeah. So
Yeah, okay.
Scott Beggs at Three Links had an open date on like a December 30th or something. He's like, "Hey, Doug, you want to put together a bill?" And so it was my band at the time, the Eric Chandler band.
Right on.
Eric Chandler from Bowling for Soup.
Yeah.
I was playing bass in his band. And so it was us and It Hurts to Be Dead from Wichita Falls, and we got Me, Motor Scooter, and Ten Can Riot. Yeah, it was there. Yeah, it was Me, Motor Scooter's first Dallas show, and ever since then, those guys have been super cool. Especially Jeffrey, and like he and I always seem to kind of gravitate toward each other. He's just such a magnetic personality.
yeah, he
It's
is.
He's a good dude.
You
That's
can't
a really
you
good
can you can't like not watch the guy when he's playing drums.
Yeah, that's
He's like Animal or whatever.
Yeah.
It's really funny. When I first met him, I thought he hated me.
He
So I was
did.
like, why does this guy hate me?
He did.
Fuck
He
this
told
guy.
me.
He still does.
He still does.
And then,
He's
no,
like, keep Zach away from me.
no, he loves me because he told me so. And then
Well, people can say all sorts of
so
shit, but
I don't. Are you calling Jeff Chase a liar?
no, I'm playing with
I
you.
think you are calling him a liar, Dustin.
I don't need you to be analyzing this on your drive home. No, I'm joking. It's all jokes.
No, yeah, Jeff Chase, I love you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
Chase
all
is,
do.
Chase is good. He's a badass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
sweet
wife
dude.
plays organ for them.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I think I was at her first show.
Oh yeah.
I think so. I think it was a Grotto show.
Well, her first show I think was down in Austin.
Was it? Okay, but
and
their
then,
first Fort
and
Worth.
then they played. Yeah.
Yeah, I was at that one.
Well, did they do that just in
Actually,
case she wasn't good?
I don't know.
It stunk up Austin, and then they could be like,
the
leave her
grotto.
there.
Right?
drop her off in Waco on the
I
way
might
home.
be wrong. I might be wrong. It might have been the grotto. I know. Ah, shoot.
No, you might be right about the sequence of it, though. I vaguely remember they had some kind of a gig and I don't remember if it was like Sea Lion or somebody else was on some show out of town, but yeah. Yeah, I've done
Kyoto
multiple.
Lo-Fi.
Oh, is that okay?
Oh, and they're another badass band too.
Yeah. So I've done shows with Me Motor Scooter. I don't know that Dagger Club is right for them, but I don't mind playing shows with those guys.
Well, and I mean, Mean Motor Scooters played with just about everybody from
Well,
every genre anyway, so it's like
it's local music,
and it's not too polarizing
It
between you
never
guys.
matches.
You know, it would
No.
all flow, but
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, it's good times.
We've all had sex with the same people and shit. So,
I mean,
yeah.
we're
It
all
works, right?
we're all somewhat related.
Somewhat
right?
related. We're all Eskimo
brothers.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, we can just get me to play bass in Huffer.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
And then we could just do a. Yeah.
Oh well, I'm gonna have to step my foot down on that because
Oh shit! I think I'll apply too.
I like watching Sosa.
Sosa's a beast.
I like watching Sosa.
Yeah, he is a beast.
I'll just play drums for him.
Yeah,
Fuck
I
Jeremy.
don't know. He's kind of
Fuck
from
Jeremy.
He's very good. He's from a different school.
Just
than-
like watching
than I
all
am.
that hair go everywhere.
Yeah, that's the
Like a
thing. I think that's
madman.
what bugged me about watching.
What, all the hair?
Yeah,
It does at times make
Does
me.
it bug you or are you jealous?
it bugged. You
I'm
think? Oh, you
jealous.
think it turns me on?
It does make me hurt when I see it get stuck in tuning pegs. And
Oh man, yeah.
like I think at the I've got a picture at their final show that his hair got stuck in a Chase
Boner?
guitar.
Yeah, I
It was
vaguely
funny.
remember something like that happening. Yeah,
So that's painful. What are you doing? Stop!
It's my little boner
Freaking
that
me
effect.
out.
sounds like a.
Sosa's one of those bass players
Oh,
where
okay,
that
yeah.
dude, you watch him play, and he's so all over the fucking place, and you listen to it, and he doesn't miss a fucking note.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's unfucking real how he does that.
Yeah.
And because I played with Dwayne for so long, and
Mm-hmm.
he's a fucking animal. But he never hit the right note. I mean, we'd be playing shows specifically.
But he looked badass.
He
though.
looked badass.
Yeah,
But
right.
but
Like a fucking
if
madman.
you were playing at a place like Curtain Club where it was actually good sound, you're
Yeah.
like, fuck, that sucks because they can hear us. We were playing House of Blues. Southern Train was playing House of Blues. And we're up there just fucking doing our thing, going crazy. And I remember I'm looking over at Brian, and I look over at Travis, and we're just all looking at Dwayne, and he's just fucking going nuts. Hair's going everywhere, beard's going everywhere, and all it is on the bass is just
Right.
The notes
my
in there
God.
somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, he at some point he hit it, on the way up or down. But,
Hey man, it worked for Rudy Sarzo.
Yeah.
yeah,
there you
yeah.
go.
Some of us do it for the licks. Some of us
That's
do it for
kind
the
of what
chicks.
Sosa reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
He's like our local Rudy
Ooh.
Sarzo.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
love watching Sosa play.
Dude, one thing about Dwayne, he would fucking love Dagger Club, though.
Oh,
I thought
dude. about
that when I was watching y'all. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, Dwayne would fucking love
Yeah, I
this
think
shit.
you're right.
He'd be all over it.
Yep, he would be. Yeah. Well, he was going to try to come out. One of our first couple of shows, he really wanted to come out, and he just wasn't feeling it. Wasn't feeling real great.
Yeah.
But, I was always keeping him up to date, sending him some stuff. Because we try to record in the practice room.
Yeah.
And so we'll set up a little deal to just, because we're fucking old and done a lot of drugs and don't remember shit. And so, we got to record it so we don't forget. But
Yeah.
I'd send him all those tracks, and he was always just like, dude, this
Yeah.
shit's badass. And,
Yeah.
all that stuff. What's funny is you say that. I think that all the
Yeah.
time. A bunch of shows I go to. I think it was the Foo show that I was at, hanging out, watching some bands play. I was just sitting there looking around. I was like, man, fucking Dwayne would love
Yeah.
to fucking be here right now.
That was the first thing I thought because this was the first time I saw y'all was the other night at the showcase at Ship and Receiving. There was two things that I really loved about the show. One is like you were saying, it was stripped down. It was just like they don't have the greatest PA, but they make it work. And then the sound was going everywhere. But y'all had that vibe, that feeling, and it grabbed everybody.
Yeah.
The other thing was I was sitting there just going, damn, Dwayne would love this shit.
Yep.
He'd be all over this.
Yep.
I thought about him Friday night over at Tin Panther when Stone Machine Electric was playing.
Oh yeah.
Because they were, tearing into it, and he's the one who introduced me to them.
Yeah, he
And I was
introduced
like-
all of us to them.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, man, that's how I found out about this band was from Dwayne.
Yep, for sure. Yeah,
Wow.
I think that probably 10 times a week throughout my life. I think of everything, but shows and different stuff we go to. I'm just standing looking around. Just my Dwayne would love fucking being here, hanging out, drinking, and his Shinerbach, fucking sweating.
Fucking gnarly beard.
Dwayne would sweat getting out of bed in the morning, beating up. You know, but
yeah.
That happens though.
What's that?
We
get sweaty.
Get sweaty in the morning when you're getting up.
Dude, we're getting that time of year. Yeah, where you get out of the shower and you're sweating while you're drying off.
So the older I've gotten and the bigger my gut's gotten, I've noticed that when I sweat now, it's in the I sweat in the shape of a heart.
I've done that. Yeah.
I do it. I'm surprised I'm not doing it now.
Like it's just right there. Like what the heck?
Nice.
Yep.
I've got a hard sweat.
Should do that for a lady sometime.
I'll do it for
like
you,
I did
Doug.
this for you, baby.
So do y'all know what awards y'all are up for?
Hard rock and semi-local band.
Okay.
Yeah, those two.
Those two.
And man, I'm telling you that
music,
that hard rock category. I mean, it's like the kiss of death because it's like
that's difficult.
Every single band on there is a veteran, badass band, you know, and it's like, how do you compete with that?
Yeah.
So I just basically immediately resigned myself the fact that we weren't going to even come close on that one. But who knows? I mean, the weekly. I mean, they fucking love us, so it's like I don't know. I don't know if that matters.
They may just sway the votes a little bit.
Right? They just like lose a couple of ballot boxes.
Hey, I'm Eric Griffey. My vote weighs 20 pounds.
Right. Yeah. But then semi-local band, Sea Lion is on there.
So as long as you aren't going up against Dead Vinyl, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can't remember who the rest of the semi-local bands are. I don't know.
We need to check in with Thomas and see if they're still accepting awards out there.
Yeah. I think that last Sunday was the last.
I think Ronald Reagan can come back from the grave and start a band. And Dead Vinyl would beat that band.
Ooh, nice.
That's the strangest thing you've ever gone to.
Voting.
Oh, voting wise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody was joking about Methinks winning all these awards the other night. I can't remember who it was.
Probably Marlon.
Yeah, I don't know. Right. Yeah, I don't remember.
They're up for weird awards.
Yeah.
They keep making these weird posts.
I think this year we should go with a security team.
I think we may have to hire my +1 maybe for security.
Mine too.
Are y'all going to go
By
Sunday?
the way, ladies.
Yeah.
I have
for sure. We'll probably
have a +1.
I don't know if we might have all of us there.
I have a
I'm pretty
+1.
sure we will be.
Yeah.
Any of you ladies looking for something to do?
Oh yeah, you need to
I
put
have a
this out
+1.
there. Matt has a +1 and he's looking for a lady to join him.
Nice.
Looking for nub in all the wrong places.
He wants some arm candy.
Yeah.
While he's walking around.
I'll go with you.
There you go. You can be my +1.
Nice.
Y'all are nominated. You get in.
Oh yeah, you get a +1 too.
I'll still be your
get a
arm
+1.
candy though.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Nice.
Don't turn that down.
I'll just go with
There's some arm candy.
the other side of Rosedale. Go get me some.
That sounds like a documentary name or something.
Other side of Rosedale.
You talking about a Rosedale girl?
Yeah.
Like
I thought you looked like Rainbow Lounge.
Is that like
that area?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There
East
you go.
Rosedale.
Yeah, there you go. It's gonna be fun Sunday. We're gonna set up.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do like we did last year. We're gonna do half and half.
If I go.
With the Funky Town podcast.
If I don't get a date.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so we're gonna do.
Well, you still got a few days.
You do have a few days.
Yeah.
Do you want us to advertise on our
Maybe
Facebook
I'll kick up
page?
the Madison or the Ashley Madison account that you started up for me my last divorce.
That'll be like
Yeah.
some desperate MILF wanting to go to a local music award show.
Yeah.
Dude,
There's got to be one.
Star-studded.
There's going to be
Get that chick who was at
It'll be
the
free
at
Topo
the
Chico.
festivals, at the shipping and receiving last weekend.
I could.
There you go.
I should have looked
Call
her up.
Somebody
should
needs
look her
to
up.
find her. Hey, if you're
None of these bands are cover bands. You're not going to believe
if
this.
you're the chick who was talking
Look,
to
you could tell her there's only one category for cover bands. Everybody else is originals.
Everyone else, and they're from
God.
Fort Worth. It's fucking
Oh my
real
gosh.
music. She turns around and also says, "Man, it's like they're playing real music."
They are playing real music. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
I was
She was awesome.
getting high just trying to follow her,
Yeah, she was awesome.
That was
She
crazy.
was that lady. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She was all over the place.
It's like they're really playing their instruments.
I'm
my
dropping a
God.
special surprise at the award
in the
ceremony.
bathroom.
Upper
Ooh,
Decker?
all right. Nice.
Upper Decker.
I thought something was
Are you
about to
dropping
happen
an
right
album?
now.
Oh no!
You know,
Oh,
I
that-
didn't
Especially
I didn't know what an upper decker was until a few weeks ago.
when you got one.
No, I heard about it on the ticket. They were talking about it on the ticket radio station.
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna need security.
For
We don't know
sure
what he's
now.
doing.
Oh shit.
Good
Security.
Lord.
A
A special surprise.
No, but yeah,
Oh.
we're gonna be out there, just like we did last year, recording. So if y'all get
Oh yeah,
want to come by and just yell in the microphone, you
absolutely.
can
that'd
for a
be
little
fun.
bit,
Absolutely.
shoot the shit. What's going on?
Nice.
And you know, maybe we'll talk to you on the red carpet and see what you're wearing,
Ooh.
or not what you're wearing, who you're wearing.
Wait,
There you
in
go.
Fort Worth,
Yeah,
is
there
it
you
a
go.
different colored carpet? Is it like, I don't know, like the purple carpet or
Purple.
whatever?
It's
I don't-
blood
well, did you see what's going on downtown right now?
No.
Everybody freaking out today.
Oh yeah.
So on Main Street, they hung banners all down Main Street that are blue and yellow, and they're atheist banners that say,
In no
Sweet.
God we trust.
"Yeah, in no God we trust."
wow.
Sweet. I'm an atheist, by the way.
So you can
Wow.
go down there right now, and everybody lost their
Those are my
shit today.
people.
I bet.
Oh,
I bet.
sweet.
Like they're freaking out about it,
I
and
bet.
That is awesome.
so Betsy Price has put out like some type of a tweet.
Oh God. Oh, I
And
thought I was
said-
hoping you were going to say audio. I love listening
Hi,
to her.
I'm Betsy Price.
Hi.
She's the
Betsy
biggest redneck
Yeah.
ever.
I'm Betsy Price. I like the Dagger Club.
She used to put
Yeah, right?
She used to plug
That'd
the
be
Oh
Funk
wow.
Sound
I won't
podcast.
diss that.
They play
That's
real
very
music
cool.
out of their real instruments out of
Let's see
Tarrant
here.
County.
Hey, I know I'm on a competing podcast, but y'all should check out the Funky Town podcast. I am
All right.
a co-host,
Yeah.
Listen,
and
you're not a competing
we would love
podcast.
to have y'all on.
You guys are friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zach, you're not a competing
Oh,
podcast.
okay. So sorry.
Nobody.
You'd have to have an
nobody
audience
can
to be
hang.
competing.
Nobody can hang
There
with
it
the
is.
mask.
You
on.
didn't hear me.
No, I didn't.
You'd have to have an audience to compete.
There it is.
No. There's no competition. We're all good buddies.
You
we're
listen.
all lovers.
Did you listen this last one?
Yeah, I listen every week,
Then
Huh.
you heard us talk greatly of you, highly of you.
sort of.
Well, I forget even what we
You
said.
talked bad.
I talk bad. I don't talk bad. I love Dustin.
So Betsy Price tweeted, "I was appalled when I saw the banners currently being displayed
Oh.
downtown, as I do not support or agree with the message. While many of us may not agree with the message, the organization did follow policies and procedures set forth by the City of Downtown Fort Worth, Inc. We must respect freedom of speech. As we approach the 4th of July, we must remember that many Americans have fought and died for the freedoms we cherish today."
Interesting.
Right
So-
on. Okay.
She's
Yeah.
bitter at the beginning.
Yeah. Right.
And then she's okay. But like everybody's
Huh.
ripping her going, why were you appalled? And, you know,
I'm appalled at those rights.
how come people don't freak out when,
Yeah.
you know, the banners are, you know,
Sure.
Yeah.
with some religious organization, which when these come down, when these do their cycle,
Of course they will. Yeah.
the next banners that go up are Kenneth Copeland Ministries.
Of course.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I
Yeah.
wonder how,
Matt
how
missed
much
that.
they're going to be
Yeah.
selling those banners for.
I don't know. You could probably go down and cut one down and just take it.
I want them to be up.
You can probably get Betsy to pay you to go
Yeah.
cut them down.
When
Oh,
they
me and
take
Betsy are in
these
bed together.
atheist banners down,
Yeah.
the next set that goes up is for Kenneth Copeland Ministries.
What?
God.
Yeah.
Isn't he
They're right
skeevy
there.
and
Huh.
evil?
Yeah. He's
Okay.
a freak.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
brutal.
He scares me. None of
And
y'all
he has,
relate
like,
to him, are you?
attack choppers.
First band I
Son
was
of a
ever in was with his grandson.
Oh shit!
Oh, my
I'm just
God.
kidding. He's a great guy. And he's amazing.
Band was
Wow.
called Jimmy Carter and Me, and our manager was Todd Pipes from Deep Blue something.
Oh my God, really?
More Todd Pipes.
Was he into Southern Train?
Everything is connected.
I don't think so.
What about, have you looked him up any? And was like,
Man,
hey,
I haven't talked to that guy.
Did he like Jimmy Carter or was he?
I played in
against
a
Jimmy
Christian
Carter?
band. I played bass in a Christian band when I was
Yeah.
a kid. Played with,
Dang.
do y'all remember Peter King on MTV?
Peter
he-
King.
Yeah, he was like a surfer
Wait, I'm thinking of the
dude and-
sports guy.
Yeah,
that's who I was thinking.
same,
was Peter
same,
King.
Yeah.
yeah. He had a band. I can't remember what it was called. And
It's
we
the
played
same
with him at a
dude?
church. Yeah.
Wait, what?
No, it's not the same. The
Oh.
sports
Oh.
guy and the Peter King surfer dude are two different guys.
Oh, okay. I was
Oh.
like, damn, what a
Remember,
career
it was
jump.
Dan? Remember? Okay,
Shit.
I know you remember Dan Cortez.
Yeah.
The-
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He kind of took Dan Cortez's place. He
Okay.
had a shaved head.
Wow.
Well, he had a punk band or some band, and they were coming
Oh
to
my
town.
God.
And the church that my parents and I went to at the time, there was a band there, and I started playing bass with them one summer, just because I'd never been in a band. And I was like, "Fuck it," and we got a show with him, and he like came in from like these two signed Christian bands came in, and we
Oh,
did this
wow.
big thing at the church. and it was the first time I saw anyone ever play on an orange amp ever. And I was like, whoa, that thing's awesome.
Nice.
But he was a dick. But other than that, though, let me tell the story again.
Yeah, start from the beginning. It's slower.
Right.
Let me ease my pants down.
But yeah,
Um,
I've done some Christian time.
Man.
did you have something you needed to?
Yeah. I have
say?
I'm
I like this
selling,
bit.
I'm selling a guitar.
Are we doing a voicemail?
Okay.
It's a Eleka 6-string flaming guitar. Holy cow! This guitar is on fire. Not really, of course.
Why didn't you
but
sell it
one
during
look
Pride Month if it's
At
flaming?
that
He's
heckin'
got a
sweet
script.
paint job.
Dustin Strider.
This guitar was given to me as a gift. It was a right-handed guitar that strung lefty because I'm left-handed. Sorry.
Oh, look at you, Kurt
It
Cobain.
needs new strings, so
And chance?
Is there a discount on the since it needs new strings?
Nah, dog.
Uh-oh.
But I mean, we can make a deal. This deal's hot, so scoop it up fast because it sure won't last.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a flaming guitar. Who doesn't want a goddamn motherfucking bitch-ass flaming guitar?
Look at
Holy
that.
Let me
shit.
see that goddamn
that's Zach
motherfucking
Zenner.
flaming ass guitar.
That's a pretty sweet guitar.
On Tradio.
Yeah, it's
That's worth at least what you're asking.
yeah.
For sure.
$100
What are you asking?
$100 or best offer or some bass gear.
That's
You
a
wanna
pizza.
trade?
What about
Ooh.
pizza?
Right.
No,
I got a big muff.
let's make a deal, baby. Come on.
Nice.
Come on, let's make a deal. It's
We'll
hot,
have some-
hot.
After this, we'll have some podcasting gear we could give.
Yeah. I got a sampler right there by your head. I'll trade you for it.
This guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's listen to this voicemail,
Just-
dude.
You really want to do this? You want to get in this?
I mean, we don't have to. You want to put it off, we can. We got a crazy voicemail, dude. That's okay. It's kind of a long story. Kevin is sent us some voicemails. He's is it freshly out of prison or is he still in prison? We can't figure it out. But now his grandfather has called us and left us a voicemail. So I wanted to play it, but if you want to push it off, wait. After I packaged
How
it
long
up
is
like
it?
that, oh, it's only like 2 minutes.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
It's Grandpa. We have to hear
if
from
you don't
Grandpa,
want to do
right?
that, I can sell another thing on your.
And then after we're done, he
yeah.
can sell another thing, and then we can read the emails.
It's a full 3 minutes.
Let's do it.
All right. I'm going to play this.
Oh,
What is
this Dr. Jerry Jones, the Jerry Jones doctor. My name is Eugene, and I found your business card in my grandson's bag.
Sir?
I've heard him do an old man voice before.
And so I got down something fierce right now. And he's staying with me for the past couple months, and he won't take me to the doctor, so I went through his bag, and I know what you're thinking. He shouldn't be going through his bag, but I told him, Kevin, you staying under my damn house, and you coming in all types of nights, you bringing all types of men and women up in here, and I'm not getting a piece. You know, I got to use some of your medicine. So I was really looking for, one of them little blue pills to make my soldier stand straight. You know what I'm saying? But just in case one of those women gets lost and ends up in Pappy's room. Anyway, I found
Dirty old
this
grandpa.
number, and I figured if the Jerry Jones doctor is good, he got his Jerry Jones therapy or something or another on that. But the Jerry Jones doctor good, you must be a good doctor. And I just need some to get my strength back going, because I used to be crazy in the day. Now I'll be lucky if that thing don't get dribbled on my testicle in the morning. And I'm sorry if that's a little too much information, but this is a serious problem we got going. Yeah. But I know you guys must be thinking that I shouldn't be going through, like my son, grandson's belongings, but we're a God-fearing family here, and we got, honors our father and our mother, and hell, he ain't done that none, not even growing up. He used to get so damn worked up at birthday parties And when he hit puberty, it was the worst
How
because
long
his
is
cousins
this?
come over and let me wear short shorts and this damn heat we got going. And I tell you, that boy be walking around with the damn pole in his pants just sticking out for everyone to
He's got a
see.
big ding
It
ding.
pissed me off. I told his dad to go flick it on the fucking head or something. Make that shit go away. Not at Nana's birthday party shit. Anyway, I guess this is a voice, recording box. I'll get back.
And that's
That's
where
it. Yep.
he went the full 3 minutes.
So that's Kevin's grandfather, Eugene.
Kind of, I'd like to hear some more
Who
stories.
the fuck
but
is Kevin?
He's the guy that we think went to prison, and he keeps calling us because he says his
No
parole
idea.
officer is asking
Is
him
it
to get
Uzak?
involved with the community. But the problem
Nah, I just
is
ramble.
You do ramble.
his stories are like he's got a. I don't know how to explain him. He's a
don't know.
rapist.
He's a raper.
Yeah,
At some point, he's raped someone,
he has.
and
Oh,
maybe an
boy.
animal or two.
So he's going to be your +1
Yes,
on
is he your
Sunday?
plus one?
Eugene, you want to be my +1?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
It's you.
It's not me, dude. I'm not Eugene.
Did you see this email we got from Jeff down in Austin?
No. Let's
Let's see it.
It says, dudes, first off, Matt needs to come down to Austin and let the wolf loose. I
I
want to see
agree.
him ravage the streets, wrecking scooters and displacing homeless.
Hell yeah.
Second, you guys finally have some females on that hold your shit to the fire. That show was great, and Sheridan is always awesome and when she's on the show. You should sign her to a 3-year contract with the show.
Well, it's funny you mentioned.
Oh. And finally, the awards ceremony episode was amazing. You guys are genius and should be given more power over everything. I'm going to start a petition at change.org to somehow get you guys in control of things in this state, if not this great country of ours. If you guys ran Congress, things would get done in this country would
what
be
I've been
greater
saying,
than
man.
it's ever been.
Speaking of that show.
Hold on.
Okay.
In fact, that's your
There's
campaign
more.
slogan. Make America greater than it's ever been.
Speaking of that
It's a long one.
show.
Let's do this,
Can
boys.
y'all
I'll be your
edit that
campaign
part out?
messenger. In the year of the pig, Jeff and Austin. Nope. It's
Can y'all
already
please
made and
just
done.
like take it down, edit it, my whole section out, and then put it back up.
And I think it's already being used for a song.
Oh god.
And then we have one more, which I think
I
this
got a
is-
little honest on the last week's podcast.
We have another guy that emails us every once in a while. His name is Pancho Villa. He's the Bob Villa of Mexico.
Ooh, nice.
And he's been doing some Taco Casa remodels. Hola, amigos. I wanted to check in and tell you that my show, This Old Casa, brought to you by Taco Casa, has really taken off.
Wow.
Each episode is 45 minutes long and is a remodel of a different Taco Casa each week. Jeez. We just did one in Paris, Texas, and they tried to get me to speak French. A Mexican speaking French. Imagine that. They even wanted to change my show to Le Old Mansion brought to we by Taco Mansion. It just doesn't have the same sound to it. So I got those amigos in Paris drunk on tequila and pissed in their wine bottles.
Oh.
Did you know the French didn't even have the courage to stand up to the greatest leader of all time, Antonio de Puerta Maria Servino Lopez de Santa Anna, or just Santa Anta for you Texans? Speaking of the Alamo, we were talking with the network about turning the Alamo into a Taco Casa in a special episode of This Old Casa brought to you by Taco Casa.
God.
That property has pretty high value, and it's about time that it starts making some money for the city of San Antonio. Would you guys like to be some extras at that taping? Just let me know.
Hell
Buenos
yes.
noches, amigos. Pancho Villa.
Hell yes.
Nice.
So there you go.
Do we get
That's
free
the
tacos if
second
we do it?
war reference today.
How can you beat their deals though?
You can't.
You're practically giving them away.
I mean, come
Yep.
on. Let's think about this. The Alamo would be the perfect Taco Casa, right?
It really would.
I
They
mean,
got that room in the back.
yeah.
That's where the kitchen.
They got a basement where the bicycles are.
Yeah.
So why not?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So that's that. Those are those.
That's that.
That's the emails and voicemails. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Hey,
Thank you.
we
Send
enjoyed
more.
them.
You can send more to us.
Oh, you got another ad?
What?
Hey,
One more spot?
Yeah. If
Are we back to
you're
Tradio?
interested, listen to Jerry Jones Sound Massacre saying, "I got some cash to burn. I got a little dime in
All
my
our
pocket."
listeners have money, by
Yes,
the way.
I know that. That's why I came on here. I got a little Line 6 Spider 3 15-watt amp going for sale. It's a decent little practice amp for what it is. A little dusty from lack of use, but everything else sounds great. There's no static in the pots at all. And yes, the tone is insane. All the effects work well, and if you blindfold the nearest snobs, you may even get them to admit that it sounds good.
That's a Line 6 practice amp for what, $30?
I have it listed for 60,
Oh,
but
my
let's
bad.
make a deal, baby. Come on over. Come on, let's make a deal.
Well, you've already done the hard part because everybody has to own something Line 6 sometime in their musical career.
Not me. Nope.
And now you're getting rid of it.
I'm not going to lie. I have a
never had a-
practice amp.
Not
I have a
one.
practice amp Line
You never had a
6.
bass
It's a combo.
pod?
No.
Those kidneys, the kidney bass pods?
Nope.
I did.
Nope.
It was aggravating.
The closest thing I have is the Pandora's box, which was like the little headphones thing that like simulated, like a Marshall or whatever. You plug into it and you practice in your headphones. No.
Well, that's okay. I mean, that's basically what that amp is.
But if
Yeah,
you want to
but
join the
modeling,
legacy of musics and get a Line 6 musicians, get a Line 6 amp, get it from me. It sounds great if there's no music snobs around.
Line 6.
Well, most of the time when you use an amp like that, you do it alone in your house
It's-
where no one else can hear
It's
you.
also a great cup holder for Monster Energy drinks.
There you go. Or
there
cigarettes.
There was a Line 6 head on the guitar cabinet that Travis played through
On Sunday.
on Sunday. Yeah. Somebody was running a Line 6 head on that thing.
I think it was there on Saturday, too.
Maybe,
probably there just for
maybe.
show.
I think it was the
Maybe.
backline, like an old Veta head or Veta 2 head or something like that.
It was, kind of.
Veta's the one that was tubed with the effects, right?
And modulation, you
Yeah.
can program it from your computer.
Wasn't it? Was it?
Interesting.
Right, a USB port, you could plug into it and change
Yeah.
everything up.
Yeah, and the cab, it was custom with a K, K.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Custom.
like a 410 or whatever.
That's David O'Hearn's favorite setup. Is a Line 6.
Wow.
You may
He
hit it.
doesn't leave home without it.
Yeah, if Dave wants to bring that tone home.
And actually, I do have some gear that I could sell, not just basses.
Do you want to start
Go
radio
ahead.
here?
Yeah, here we go.
I've got an Ampeg SVT 3 Pro head bass.
Come on,
head,
Doug, pitch it, man.
Right, and this thing is great, and
It weighs
it was
7,000
previously
pounds.
owned by Zach Busby, who played in with Casey Hess, played with in what was that? Oh my God, Burden Brothers.
Yeah,
Played in Burden Brothers. Played with.
He didn't do Mermaid personally.
Played
did he?
in Slow Roosevelt with Pete. Now he plays in Woe Fat.
But is it hot?
And
Is it
it's
hot,
super hot.
Hot.
Yeah,
But it
it's-
weighs a ton.
It's heavy. It's not as heavy as the heart key that I replaced it with, but it's heavy. Yeah, and it's a great little thing. It just didn't get enough power for me to play alongside Travis and Brian
Well,
because they're loud guitarists. I had to like triple the wattage, basically.
yeah, I'm kind of fighting that battle now. I thought I had a badass rig for all
Man,
these
I
years.
I really did too.
And then I start playing with Peter and
Yeah,
Dave,
it's
and
just like,
yeah,
yeah.
but they,
I went from like 425 watts to 1200.
yeah,
1200 is damn good.
I'm bridging my SVT7 Pro
Oh, the 7. Okay, nice.
to try to push
Is that the one that has a graphic EQ on it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I'm pushing 1800 bridged.
Is that right?
It's either 18 or 2400 bridged
Sweet.
into the 810 high power,
Oh, okay.
not the regular
Cool.
SVT 810, the 810 high power.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still like, why are you guys so much fucking louder than me?
Oh wow! See, now I got a heart key.
loud.
I
That's
got a heart key.
ridiculous.
They're loud.
Heart key LH1000, which is like an 1100 or 1200 watt output, and 4 ohm. Yeah, and that thing. Yeah, I'm pushing 1200 into an SVT. I mean a SWR 610.
Hey, you need a
That's what I want.
115 to round out that low end?
Maybe. I do like. I had never played a 15 until like this year, and I
Hey,
kind of like it.
I'll-
But
I-
here's the
Cash
deal.
and or bass gear.
I need the driver. I
Yeah.
can't.
Oh,
yeah.
Zach, why
Yeah.
don't you start selling advertisement for our show?
dude,
Yeah.
You're a pusher, man.
I'm really
You'll
good.
find the deals. You'll get us some free
Um,
pizza for
What do we got to
sure.
do we'll lure you
Put
away
some
from that
stickers
Funky
on
Town
stuff.
podcast. You
Yeah.
can come work with us.
Right?
These
If
guys
y'all
are
would-
losers over there.
if
Drop
y'all would
those
start-
zeros and get with the
If y'all would
heroes.
start your podcast,
Put 'em out
like,
on the
an
street
hour
with
and
a
half
microphone.
earlier.
Yeah.
Just
By the way, it's getting late.
It
so
kind of
you-
is.
It's almost night time
Kind of
for
is.
me. We need to wrap it up.
You're
I
right.
think my next way I'm going to solve my entire tone issues
Mhm.
is a dark glass 900 BAM.
Oh.
Because I played with one down in
Mhm,
Austin
mhm.
and fell in love, and that thing weighs lighter than my laptop.
Mhm.
And
I
I,
just
think
got a
that's the way I'm
PF
going to go.
500.
Huh.
I was surprised at how good the PF 500 was. The Ampeg.
Mhm.
I play it through the SVT that
Mhm.
that you sold me.
Oh, yeah.
SVT 410, and
Hmm.
I don't play heavy stuff. I've played folk rock, and then I played kind of like rock. It sounds pretty good.
Mhm.
Just I'm not needing to blast anybody out.
No,
It's
you're not trying to get into tone wars and,
Yeah.
and
Well, yeah.
loudness battles.
Yeah,
I
loudness
am.
battles. It sounds great as far as tone.
When you're in heavy bands, it turns into loudness battles. And
Yeah.
the problem it almost always is, I don't know about y'all, it's always fighting the drums.
No. So here's
our-
the deal.
in our
Yes,
case,
you're right.
Daniel is trying to play as loud as these damn guitarists.
No, so you're right, and that's what we always say. Well, we got to keep up with you.
Oh my god.
So that's what they say to me, right? So we're sitting there practicing. We'll write new songs that are just like 9,000 BPM, and I'm back there sweating. I can't move my legs. I'm like, watch this. I won't play my kick drum for 2 fucking songs.
Yeah.
Just hi hats and
No
staring.
one
I'm
can
looking
hear it?
around, and everybody's just,
Oh yeah.
oh, dude, that was badass. It was right there. It was fucking
Like, there was no
awesome,
bass
dude.
drum.
I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no.
See, that would screw me up being a bass player. I
They're
need. I like
loud.
hearing the kick.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to hear it in our practice room.
No.
You wouldn't be able to hear it.
I have
That's
that
every
problem with
band
Andy.
I've been
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
See, I'm not experienced. I mean, I'm a little younger. It's no secret.
In love
But
and sex.
I always I try to keep it as low as possible. If everybody can be as turned down as possible, that's where I like to
God.
play.
That's so
Like-
lame.
un-American.
That's terrible.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
If your
And then I
goal,
still wear earplugs.
We used to practice. We used to practice before Southern Train. It was me, Dwayne, Travis, and Brian. No singer. It was just music, and we were at a place out in Dallas. And whenever we went to practice, the 4 rooms around us they stopped practicing
yeah.
because they
Yep.
couldn't hear themselves
Are
because we
y'all-
were in there.
Yeah,
Are y'all
that's-
I wonder if that's the same place we're at now because that's what happens to us on Thursday nights.
Yeah,
The bands
the
around
old
us shut it
Dagger
down.
Club, the old Dagger Club lineup did the same thing.
Yeah.
We cleared that shit out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I was
I've
one of
heard
those
people
bands.
talking.
Yeah.
Like when I was walking in,
Yeah.
I heard some guys out front. They're like, "Well, we have about another hour before we're not going to be able to hear ourselves anymore." And
Yep.
it was the people in the room next to
Yep.
us.
Yeah.
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 We were.
Yeah.
It was right off of real close to downtown.
Yeah. That's probably it was-
Mockingbird behind the McDonald's.
No,
Okay.
yeah, it's probably
it was
that
in
one.
the fucking hood.
I told you about my conversation with Dodie about
Oh,
Tone.
yeah.
Like it was like a
that
school
one off
or
of Singleton.
something.
Yes. DL. What was? Oh, it wasn't
It was
DL.
like 2-story.
Yes.
yep.
I went in
Yeah,
there
yeah.
bought
And
some
the
gear
basement
once.
would like flood and
Yeah.
stuff.
That
Yeah,
place-
I remember that place.
I always thought someone's going to die in that
For
joint.
sure.
I think there has
Yeah.
been people
This
that
is
have died
weird.
there. hasn't
Probably
there?
so.
Yeah.
There was wasn't there an internet radio show someone was doing from there for
And
a while?
there was like a
It's
studio,
like a studio
in there.
down
Yeah. Yep.
like somewhere there.
Yeah.
It was on
Yeah.
that first, not the bottom floor, the middle floor.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got messed up on that
I went over and bought a
back in the steadfast days.
There was a
Another
gun shop
410.
over there.
no, it was a 412 cabinet. I went over there, bought from some dude, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we're over at this practice place." I pull up, I was like,
Yeah.
"At this school?
Yeah.
Like, what is this
Yeah.
joint?"
Yep.
Walk in there, it's
We had
creepy as
we had
hell.
a blast.
Yeah, it looks like
playing
something
there.
from Chernobyl.
I think our room that we practiced in was the old janitor's closet. It was like real skinny.
A bunch of boilers in there and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Oh,
pretty much.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good
God.
times. Well, I'm glad you guys came in.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
it's
having
awesome.
Thank you very
Thoroughly
much.
Especially
enjoyed
on the
it.
short notice too. That's
Yeah.
really cool of y'all.
When y'all get closer to having a product, we want to get you guys back in
us.
to
Absolutely.
push it and promote it and, talk about
we'll
it.
be able to bring the full crew. We'll
Hell
plan
yeah.
it out. And
We'll get Zach selling y'all's hard copies, man.
Yeah.
to say,
We'll get Zach
Yeah,
to
Doug?
Zach
Yeah.
can babysit Travis's kid.
What? I'll sell the.
Could that be a bit? Could
No
that be a
way.
bit for the show?
That'd be a funny bit right there. Tell Travis to bring him out Sunday, and we'll see Zach.
Human
run around with it.
It's going to end up on
Or-
the Facebook marketplace.
Oh my god!
Holy shit! This kid can bounce high.
Right. This kid is a filthy mouth. Yeah.
Or you just bring a list of gear, Doug, next time and give
I
it to
will.
Zach, and he can
Yeah.
read it off during the show and more tradio.
I will do and my wife will appreciate any effort that I put toward trying to sell this gear.
See, I live in a small apartment. That's why I'm doing it.
Oh yeah, I'm doing it because I'm just going broke, man.
Right.
I've
Well-
like doubled or tripled the number of beings in my house in the last year.
So let's make a deal.
What-
Right?
Humans for gear or what? Like what's happening here?
Where is this going?
Gear for
Right?
gear.
Yeah.
Things just got really weird.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, anyway, all right, yeah, we'd love to having you guys in. We'll do it again,
Absolutely.
and love what you
100%.
guys are doing. It's amazing. It's
Thank you
badass.
so much.
So, and Matt, next time I
And,
see you will be Sunday.
Sunday,
yes, or
Sunday,
tomorrow
Sunday.
night.
And if a girl does want to be your arm candy for this Sunday, how would they get a hold of you?
Dustin Schneider at gmail.com.
Just email us.
Facebook.com/Dagger Club.
There you go.
Or you can
Well,
Dagger
We'll
Club.
relay the message.
If
There
you
you go.
buy an amp or cab or a guitar from Zach
Get a
Zantage,
discount on the date.
he'll hook you up.
Instagram at Dagger Club.
Or you
Send a
can,
picture of yourself.
68. If you
Ooh,
want
that
to
could
leave
be
a
a fun
voicemail, 682-593-JJTM. Matt will check it. And he'll see if you're.
I'll check it daily.
He'll see if you have sexy smoker's voice, and if you do, you're in.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Boy,
All right, let's get out of here.
Goodbye.
See you
Later.
later. Yeah, I had a file save.
Oh, that's fun.
Good times, good times, good times, good times. Let me stop this. Stop screen.